It's just from TJ Maxx. It was like $10.
It says
TJ Maxx is great.
I don't know. I don't know what this is.
Oh, yeah, I don't either.
This looks like chi.
Yeah?
There you go.
Ha, maybe?
Hachi?
Chi? I don't know. Something
Hachi
like that.
Machi. Ladies
That
and
was
gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you guys so much for joining us for the PearCast number 17. Monumental episode. 1 year, 5 months. It is, of course, February 28th, and I am Dan Eggers, your host. Join with me on my left, we have Chris Brimmer in the house.
It's me, Chris Brimmer.
Sitting.
I'm me.
You're you.
I'm
and
me.
I'm me, and sitting to his left.
It's
And what is
debatable
your
who
name?
you are.
I said my name. It's Dan Eggers.
Say it again.
I didn't say it on the last 2 podcasts.
You gotta
Danagers?
say it twice.
Dan Eggers. I'm Dan Eggers.
This is Daniger's Superstore.
And sitting next to Chris on his left, we have the lovely, the
Hi.
beautiful, the
I'm-
fiance of Dan Eggers.
I'm Paige Eckstein.
Paige Eckstein. Woo!
Thank you.
And then sitting to his left, we have, of course,
The lovely,
I didn't
the
get
beautiful.
applause.
Her left?
did I say his?
Yep.
Their left. Sitting next to their left.
Dan.
I'll take it.
Off
We
to
have
such
the
a bad
lovely, the
start.
beautiful, the bearded
Oh, yeah.
Connor Potts.
Hello.
Woo!
Hello.
So exciting, guys.
Everybody got claps but me in there.
Yeah, no, we're not clapping. You were rolled into the applause and cheers that were
Oh,
at the beginning. You know what I mean?
sure.
We both had an applause and
you
cheers.
did your own clap.
Moving on.
Moving on. We're gonna, of course, start with our news segments, guys, and then we're gonna move on to 1-star reviews, which I've rebranded. It's no longer 1-star reviews. We're branched out. They don't have to be 1-star.
Could be anything.
We're
huh?
changing it to Name That Review.
Ooh.
And then from Name That Review, we're
I
going
like
to move on
that.
to Connor's Conspiracy Corner.
Ooh.
So, are you guys ready to
Yeah.
get
Yes.
right in
I was
Let's do
born
it.
ready.
to the news? Here we go.
That was cool.
I love it.
You like that? We'll start off with this one. We got an Arizona man faked his own kidnapping to avoid work.
That sounds like more work than showing up.
Showing up for your job? Yeah.
Yeah.
Arizona police said a man who claimed he had been kidnapped later confessed during an interview that he made up the story to avoid work. Police said they found Brendan Souls near a water tower with his hands bound behind his back and a banana stuffed in his mouth. Souls told police that 2 masked men had kidnapped him, knocked him unconscious, then left him where he was found. Coolidge detectives conducted an investigation that found no evidence that a kidnapping or assault had occurred. Souls reportedly admitted to police that he made the story up as an excuse to not have to work. He was arrested February 17th for false reporting to police. Online records did not show that Souls had an attorney.
So why didn't he just call in sick?
Yeah, why did he?
Why didn't he just say, I don't
What?
feel too
Because
well,
they're on
Mr.
a point
Boss.
system. They're on a point system. He already had too many points.
So,
He needed that legitimate
strikes.
excuse.
how
Yeah.
long did he choose to sit by a water tower with his hands tied with a banana shoved in his mouth rather than what's his job?
That's
Does
what I
it
was going to say. What does he do
What
that's
does he
so
do?
bad?
I
I
would
think he was
rather go to
doing
work.
something else.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Something sexually motivated.
And that was the best thing
and
he
he's
could come up with.
embarrassed by
I
it.
got kidnapped.
Yeah.
That's normally
Yes.
how our stories go, but I don't think that Mr. Souls was doing it. Maybe he was putting the banana in his ass and then he put it in his mouth and said, all right, we'll just say we were kidnapped.
I've seen
How
that
did he get
before
his
on
hands-
Uno.
Tied behind his back? That's a
Yeah.
great point,
How
Chris.
did he get his hands tied
We'll
behind
get
his
to
back?
it.
He must have had an
Okay.
accomplice in this scenario.
Well, they were zip tied behind his back. No, bound. It just says bound.
He put
Okay.
in so much
I could zip
effort.
tie my hands behind my back.
Do it. Let's take
We
a
have
break.
zip ties.
Yeah.
I 100% could.
All right.
I could
Camera
zip tie my
setup.
own hands.
Let's see it, Dan.
We've been doing this
I'm
a while.
not
Let's
doing-
take a break. Let's set up for
We've
Dan
been
to zip
doing
tie
this
himself.
a whole 5 minutes at this point. Let's break it down and tie me up.
So it doesn't say what this guy's job was?
It doesn't say that.
I've
his job
had
was.
somewhere between 25 and like 35 jobs in my life.
It's a lot of jobs. Chris! Are you serious? You didn't mute your phone?
I thought I had muted it. I switched it the wrong way.
Shame.
Listen,
Shame.
fuck you and
Shame.
fuck you. You're cool.
Thank you.
And fuck you again.
Wow. Anyway, what were you saying? You had like 35 jobs?
I've had a lot of different jobs. I like to refer to myself as a stationary drifter.
Mhm.
You know, like I stay in one place, but I do all the other things drifters do.
Yeah.
Murders.
Drifters
have
do
a lot
murder.
have a lot of jobs.
I have a lot
weed.
of cars.
I
do weed.
I do weed.
Nah, that's hardcore,
I drink
man.
alcohol in train cars, even though I have a home
Oh.
very close to there. But out of all the jobs I've had, I can't imagine any of them being worse than sitting for an entire day handcuffed
Yeah.
with a banana in
water
my
tower.
house or my mouth at a water tower. Like,
Yeah.
Maybe
he must
just
do something
needed-
terrible.
Maybe he just needed some like introspective time with himself.
Or
and
he's
this was his way to get it.
that's true. Or he's
you know?
fucking crazy.
It actually
It's
Yeah.
says
possible that
that
he's a crazy
Does it
person.
say what he does?
it says he's an attorney for fossil fuel companies.
Oh.
No, he's not.
No, he's not.
If he were, he wouldn't have to show up to work. There's like one day a year you have to show up to work as the
Yep.
lawyer of a fossil fuel company.
I just want to back up when you said he probably had the banana in his ass and then in his mouth.
Mhm.
I remember playing Uno on the Xbox 360, and they had video cam
Oh my
features where
God.
you could, you
No,
know,
what is
show
that?
yourself
Sorry.
playing Uno. And we watched a man put a pepper up his ass and then eat it.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Wait,
Yeah.
No.
what kind of
Yes.
pepper?
I did not inspect.
I think it was like
what
it
kind
was
of
a
pepper it
spicy
was.
Hold on,
one.
we talking like a bell pepper? Because that's
No,
like
no,
putting
no,
a
no, no,
baseball
no,
in your
yeah,
ass.
not.
It was
you
like
know,
a habanero.
It was. I
Yeah,
doubt
habanero.
it was that because he probably would have had to go to the
This-
hospital.
Wait,
So we're talking like a chili, like a sweet
But it was
pepper.
it was a longer, skinnier.
I
one.
assume there are
Long, skinny sweet
children
pepper.
Yeah, we were.
in this.
Some of those
Uno-
We
children.
were.
Holy shit. All right. Ass pepper guy. Kind of hope you got cancer from that.
Yep. Maybe
What
he
the
did.
fuck?
Connor thought it was hilarious though.
What you don't know is
It was hilarious.
capsaicin is a natural cure for rectal colon cancer. You
I
have
don't
to.
think you're supposed to like directly.
No, you put it on your butt
apply
and then you
it.
eat. It's like burying a potato after you rub
Makes
it on
sense.
a wart.
Oh
during the
yeah.
full moon.
Real medicine.
But you know,
Yeah.
if that was a spicy pepper, he could not have been feeling good. Because I don't know if you've ever, had hot sauce on your fingers or something.
Yeah.
I know recently we were, I don't remember what we were making, but I got a little bit of hot sauce. I washed my hands like 3 times throughout the cooking process. Rubbed my eyes later. I started burning.
I, like,
somehow
maced
there was like a
myself.
little
Yeah.
bit of
Mhm.
little bit of it left
no matter
somewhere.
how much you wash your hands.
So
yep.
if you're not careful, you put a spicy pepper in your ass.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many
You're in trouble.
today I fucked ups I read on Reddit of somebody that like fingered their girlfriend after cutting up some jalapenos.
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh,
And,
that's what it
That would
was.
be
I was cutting up
terrible.
jalapenos.
Yep.
Yeah. Every time
Oh.
I've ever made poppers, I rub my forehead and then it runs into my eyes.
Just get some
Yeah.
gloves. Just get some
That's a good
gloves
idea.
for when
Smart
you
way
do
to
those.
do it.
I always use gloves when I handle hot peppers.
Mhm.
What kind of gloves? Like
Mittens,
chainmail?
mittens.
Like
Yeah.
like I try to find like a cloth glove and I don't wash it,
Yep. Ever.
you know?
It's just accumulating into the perfect
That's a
weapon.
good idea.
So yeah, there's not much to that story.
I think we heard enough of it.
When are we going to take this podcast to the next level and start interviewing these people? When are we going to
Yes.
start reaching out?
You know, I think we
Donald?
could interview some of the people with Donald
I
if we really
don't
want
know if I
to.
want to do
Speaking of people we'd love to interview, landlord accused of kidnapping tenants to evict them.
What?
Okay.
So I don't know why it doesn't say this because this was in the original headline. Kidnapping tenants and dumping them in a cemetery to evict them.
Oh.
Wait, so he killed them?
No, he just dropped them off in a cemetery.
This is like that trope in all the movies where it's like you have a pet you don't want anymore, so you like drive to the woods
Gone
and
get.
push it out, and then drive back and hope it can't find its way back. But it's with people that legally live in your building.
So this is
I'm
in
sensing a theme, by the way, a
Yeah, there's a lot of
kidnapping theme.
so
this
far.
is in Albany, New York.
Dan's working through some stuff with this selection.
A New York landlord is out on bail after being arrested and accused of kidnapping tenants from his property and dumping them in a cemetery 30 miles away.
What
Two
the fuck?
tenants accused landlord Sean Douglas of kidnapping them while armed from their home at his property in the South End neighborhood of Albany.
Well,
This is 30 miles away. It's not like he took them to another country or
30 New York miles.
Did he think they were
That's
just
like
never
300
going to
miles.
show up and like nothing would ever come of this? He's just like, well, they're 30 miles away now. I'm fine.
Exactly.
Like,
That's exactly it.
Yeah, this sounds like a Florida story
It does.
more than a.
But it's not.
New
Not a
York
New York
story.
story.
It's a New York story.
So-
go ahead.
Oh, man.
Well, no, I was just gonna say, like, you said he's out on bail. Only landowners in America can abduct people,
Yes.
And get
drop
out
them
on
off in a
bail.
cemetery after holding them at gunpoint, and be
Yeah.
like, "Oh, okay, so I give you 10 grand, and I get to continue just being rich and free."
What the
You know.
hell?
So two tenants accused landlord Sean Douglas of kidnap. Oh, I read that. In a police report, the two accusers say they were abducted, restrained with zip ties, covered with pillowcases, and then claim
Jesus.
Douglas dumped them off in a rural cemetery in the town of Ghent.
It's
That
insane.
sounds creepy.
One person was able to free themselves from the restraints and seek help nearby.
Did they leave the other person restrained?
Yeah.
I don't know if they were. I don't know if they were. This might have been.
Oh, separate incidents.
I'm not far enough. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh,
These
I
might have been
gotcha.
separate incidents. I don't know if he kidnapped 2 people and dropped them off. You know what I mean?
Like it's 2 different units, like they weren't
Right.
roommates or anything.
Like this is just how he gets rid of tenants. This is a quote from the Albany County Sheriff Craig Apple from the Big Apple. Okay.
But he's not. He's from Albany.
Yeah, he's from Albany. He's lucky to have come out of that alive. They could have froze to death out there. It does sound like they were together with that quote.
Yeah.
Douglas was frustrated he couldn't evict the victims from his property because of a statewide ban on evictions caused by the pandemic. Apple said the frustrations from the landlord, there's a legal system in place.
So they should sue him and
Yeah.
and take that property.
He should
from
go
them.
to jail for
absolutely.
kidnapping.
And like he had a weapon
they should
and
take the
everything.
property.
Like that is not. I love how he's like, well, I was frustrated, so obviously the next best
Yeah.
solution
Was to kidnap
Solid
was
somebody
to
defense.
from their
kidnap
home.
them and
You
throw
know,
them in a cemetery.
You could apply that across the board. I was frustrated with my wife, so I beat her weekly until I
Yeah,
murdered her.
well.
Yeah.
No jail, please.
Did he think they were gonna just leave and nothing would happen? Did he think ghosts would get them? Was he like, oh, the cemetery has them now; they'll never come
Honestly,
back?
maybe
Like,
he
what
thought they
was
would
the
freeze to
thinking?
death.
Maybe
He was hoping they would just
Oh
die.
shit! Yeah, you're right.
And
This
they'd
is
be
like,
murder
oh,
them
it's
without
an-
his direct.
Yeah.
It's an
hand.
accidental death because they were found bound in the
In
snow.
the-
Maybe he was gonna wait for them to
cemetery.
die and then come back and
and bury him
and untie
in the
them.
town of Ghent.
Ghent, yeah.
Ghent.
When I first saw it, I read it as Gwent, like the
Did you
Witcher.
say
Witcher
what they
game.
were bound with?
zip ties.
Oh, you fucking idiot!
What? Well, you got a better way?
No, but like you can get out of zip ties.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I know how. I watched
Like
this
much
YouTube
easier
video once.
than a lot of other.
What you
things.
got to
Yeah.
do is you got to try to get the zip ties in front of your hands or in front of your body, which is really easy if you go from the.
If you-
Fuck?
Dan, I hear
On
a
your
little
phone?
you.
Yeah, there was a little me playing on my phone. So you got to get your zip ties in front of your body, right? And you bring them up above your head,
Use
and you
leverage.
come down and you use the leverage of your hips to spread your hands apart, and it'll break the zip ties. I've
Mhm.
done it just to practice in case I get kidnapped.
Also, if there's more than one person and you
Just to
have anything,
practice.
you can stick it in the little release on the zip ties.
Yep.
To
What?
undo 'em. Yeah.
Why would you do that though? I feel like a person could just rip them off.
Okay,
At
but
that
if
point.
if it's 2 people and you have it, you know what I mean. Like if you have them behind you, like you can't really get. If you're zip tied behind you, you can't get the leverage to break them. You know what I mean?
I just poured beer onto myself on accident. I
So-
totally missed.
So
it.
the strategy of this landlord was to either murder these people in maybe one of the worst ways to murder
Yeah.
somebody, or to intimidate them to the point where they
would
would have
leave?
realistically thought that he would murder them.
Yeah.
Both
But-
sound like bad crimes.
Yeah,
sound like
because
bad
Both,
crimes.
Look,
I think we can agree are bad.
my landlord can kidnap me and leave me out there, but if I survive, I'm not just gonna let him.
Yeah, I'm
get
not
You're
away
gonna
with
coming
walk
for his
away.
ass.
it. Yeah.
I don't.
You guys
think
ever
he
seen John Wick?
Thought this
Mhm.
out well.
That guy did it over a
No.
dead dog. You
Yep.
better bet your ass if you
I don't
fucking
know.
kidnap me, I'm
Yep.
coming after you.
If you stomped my dog to death in front of me, that'd probably be
I think they
worse
shot
than
it
if
to
you
death.
put me in
I
there.
don't want to watch this movie.
No, they stomp it in John Wick. He stomps on the puppy.
Fucking Theon, dude. What a
Yeah.
piece of shit. Anyway,
I'm never gonna watch this.
moving on to our next story. Well,
Moving on up.
I guess while we're talking about animals,
What? Tell us the next story about kidnapping.
Kidnapping
nah.
dogs.
Let's see. Do I have any more kidnapping?
movie.
I guess there was a lot of kidnapping. Honestly, since we did this a month and a half ago, there hasn't been a lot of funny news. Here's another one, which I
Wait, our last topic was like the Capitol riots. There
Yeah.
hasn't really been funny news.
there was a
for us.
lot
have
of
a boring
funny shit that
precedent
happened
now.
at the Capitol, though.
Yeah, and we talked about John Dillerman's penis.
John Dillerman was
Yep.
fucking like one of
John
the
Dillerman
funniest
was
things
Yep.
in a while.
We need to watch them.
But don't stop listening now, guys. Moving on to our next
I've
story.
checked out. Is this over yet?
I swear we have done this story, but I think it's a new story.
Of this-
Oh, okay.
Rooster kills owner with cockfight blade.
I feel like we have talked about this.
Yes. So there was a rooster
Yeah.
in a cockfight.
It happened again.
The
It
owner
happens a
put
lot, I
a
think.
razor blade on it,
That old chestnut.
and he
Yeah.
died after the rooster slashed his scrotum.
Ooh.
I would just like to say
You
that I'm
deserve it.
pro fighting roosters killing their shitty owners.
Okay.
I'm very much 100% for
I
that.
have a few
I'm with
questions
you.
about
You were
the
like pro
logistics,
fighting
though.
rooster. I'm glad you finished
No,
it
yeah,
with more.
I'm pro the rooster killing the people that put them in that fighting position. So like strap a knife to it and it kills you.
I have a
That's
few
kind of
questions
on
about the
you.
logistics of
Yes.
this. Where did he attach the razor blade?
On to
Two, it's chicken vagina. And
Close.
it's lasted because
kind of like a chicken.
he was
vagina.
trying to love on that
What?
chicken.
He put it on the chicken's leg, which is like a vagina.
No, that's a
definitely.
leg.
Was he wearing clothes when his scrotum was slashed?
Yeah, how did that
Yes.
happen exactly?
So
Yes.
it went through clothes, pants, underwear.
Well,
And
no,
it slashed his groin.
he was
It's a
in.
razor
It was
blade.
casual
Yeah,
athleisure wear that he was wearing some Lululemon,
Mm.
very tight pants.
Lululemon.
yeah, well, I'm gonna let me
You know,
like, if
his
you have-
balls were very defined. You could see the definition of his
Yeah.
balls.
If you
it was
through the
like it
if
was
you have
like
jeans on, like
it was like labyrinth.
you got to really like put some pressure on that to get through all of that. you know
Chickens
what
are
I'm saying?
strong, dog.
especially
Seriously.
chickens with
Yeah.
knives.
Especially
Yeah.
fucking knives, dude. So, the victim died of blood loss before he could reach the hospital because this is, in
Tallahassee, Florida.
Telangana.
Whoa, is this Mexico or Texas?
I don't want to assume where it is. I'm gonna Google where it is.
Let me see how it's spelled.
Telangana. It's spelled like Talladega, except not Talladega. India. That's what I thought. I didn't want to say it for sure. It's in India. I think the last time we had one of these cockfighting stories, it was also in India.
Was it?
Yeah. I think
They're like
cockfighting might be a
cockfighting, I
little
guess.
bigger in parts of
All
India.
the rage in India right
Um,
now.
So hot right
Cockfighting.
now.
Cockfighting so hot right now.
So there was a lot of articles about this, and one of the articles, different headlines worded differently, and like one of the articles was like "Rooster arrested," and then like turns out it's like the rooster was held for like a couple days,
Yeah, as evidence.
and then sent back to a
Yeah.
farm. Yeah, because it killed a man.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not the rooster didn't go to jail. Or
I kind
anything
of like
that.
to imagine that scene from Seven where it's the guy like sitting on the bed with the strap on, just like really upset being interviewed by the cops, but it's the
Yeah.
rooster.
The chicken's like, and he put it on me, and I kicked him, and he bled. And
It does
That's
go on to
exactly
say
what I imagine.
that in Telangana that cockfights are banned, but it's still pretty common in rural areas, particularly
Well-
around the Hindu festival of. Don't even know why I decided to read this because I'm not going to pronounce this right. Sankranti.
I am gonna
I'm
go out
sure
on a
it's
limb
not
and say
pronounced.
it's not that.
Sankranti.
You know,
Yeah.
Sankranti.
It's the weekly Sankranti.
The Hindi
I'm
festival
gonna
of San
go-
Cranny.
Going on a limb and say
That's what it
that's not how you
says.
say
That's
it.
how I'd pronounce it. What would you say?
Where is it?
Why would
Sank-
you pronounce it like that? You don't even have that kind of accent.
Sankranti.
No, it's Sankranti at the very least. It's probably Sakranti.
Sankranti over
Oh,
here.
Listen,
Jesus.
I'm still saying it like St. Louis. Don't get me wrong, but it's definitely
It's definitely not.
Sakranti over Sakranti.
Okay, that's fair.
It's probably Sankranti. Look, things will give you a phonetic.
No, I want you guys to just try to say it more.
Celebrations include kite flying, bonfires.
I would like to
fairs,
say that
nut
thousands,
cutting.
cockfight.
Yeah.
thousands of roosters die each year in cockfights.
That's so fucked up. That's why
It's almost as fucked up as dogfighting because I have no problems eating a chicken.
Well, I know. I think I brought this up last time we talked about somebody dying from their cockfighting.
I don't think
Yeah.
this is the
chicken
first
cutting
time.
people.
Yeah.
When I was a kid in Jefferson County, Missouri, I had a dog that bit somebody, and the judge put our dog in the pound for like a jail sentence. Like they gave our dog
What?
jail time.
Well, dude, it's doggy
our
jail.
dog had to do 2 weeks in the pound.
That's
I think
ridiculous.
I think
somebody.
now your dog, you just take it home until you reach a certain amount of instances where
Yes.
your dog bites.
And then they're like,
people.
okay, your
Yeah.
dog's
and
a
then
bad
they're
dog.
like, okay, your dog's dead.
Yeah.
We're coming for you.
And mind
We're
you that like
coming for you.
this was an instance where it wasn't clear. Like the dog chased a kid, and like
Mhm.
the cops came and they were like, okay, there's a bruise on the kid, but it doesn't look like a dog bite. And I think it was
Yeah.
one of the situations where it was like a redneck parent who was like, I want money, and the judge was like,
Yep.
we'll do dog jail for a little bit.
Dog jail.
Like we'll do something.
How
but,
about prison time?
but even as like an 8-year-old, I was like, wait, you're putting my dog in jail? Like it's a dog. Dogs don't learn from jail time. There's no rehabilitation here.
well, hey, it's not too far off from the regular
That's
criminal
true.
justice system.
Yeah.
And if they don't
unfortunately.
feed your dog organic food while it's in jail,
Mhm.
you can sue.
So that I do
Unfortunately,
wanna,
this was not a Caucasian dog, so she couldn't get away.
Oh.
Yeah, no, my dog was stuck with whatever they served at that particular dog prison. Unfortunately,
that actually is a great way to lead into an article I don't. Well, no.
this is an unfortunate article. That
No, an article.
No,
like
what I
Connor
said, what I said.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
To lead into an article I don't have, but I do want to mention because we like to do updates on our previous news story. The horned man from the Capitol
The
riots.
shaman?
The
the QAnon shaman.
That's
Yep.
it. Yeah. While he was in prison, demanded. Somebody else tell this. I feel like-
Organic food.
Yeah.
Organic
It was
food.
like organic.
Right, not vegan.
Yeah.
It was
Organic food. And didn't they accommodate him?
They moved him to another jail that had
Yeah.
an organic option.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Which, like, I'm for, like, honestly, if, like, the QAnon shaman was like, I have a halal diet, I'd be like, okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you should accommodate that. But it's like, I don't agree with
There's
the
nothing
organic-
Don't
special
be a
about
fucking
organic
terrorist,
food.
you piece of shit
You
hippie.
don't need organic food.
Throwing that out there.
Like, I mean, organic's not part of, like, any
No.
religion in
No,
any
it's
way,
not.
is it, right?
No.
It's not.
Oh no. Is basic ass bitch a religion? In which case, then,
What is QAnon?
What is QAnon?
No, is it a religion?
No.
No, it's
To them?
It's a cult, maybe. But what's the difference?
well, you know the thing with the
Yeah,
QAnon
honestly.
shaman wanting organic, it's like the whole like merge, like the QAnon people. When we know a QAnoner who we used to work with, and
We do.
she's emblematic of the crossover of like weird new age crystal people,
Like hippies, yeah.
hippies who are like, oh yeah, put me on board for being a right wing fascist now for some reason. Like
Yeah.
I don't get the new age crystals can tell you what kind of baby you're having, and you should eat organic food. And I don't like vaccines.
Yeah.
Those people for
They all
some
go
reason
hand in hand.
they are the QAnon people.
Yeah.
Like, and
Yep.
I don't get the connection because
Crystal person.
other than like
Crystal.
Other
Yeah,
than,
I'm
like,
crystal person.
not trusting anything. Like that's the only thing is like the new age people are like, oh, you can't trust any system that's not a rock. You can trust a
Yeah.
crystal. A crystal can't lie to you.
the energies? Oh,
Yeah.
man.
I charged this
We
one.
should bring some
myself.
crystals in here.
It would
needs
really
more
balance out, I
crystals.
think, like
Yeah.
the negative energy that this guy
Yeah.
next to me brings.
Well, I feel the same. Like our energy is not.
Paige is a lady, even though I said him earlier.
Yeah.
So
I
I'm
thought
glad you clarified that.
I thought you were
now.
talking
you said I
about
feel the
me.
same,
Way
so I thought you were
later.
saying this guy to the left of me.
Oh.
Oh, I'm confused now. I don't
Everyone's
know.
just calling
Never
me
mind.
a
Let's
guy.
All
move on
I'm
to the
saying
next
is we need
story.
a Himalayan pink salt lamp to
Healing
really
lamp.
healing
know,
lamp to really neutralize
despite-
this energy.
Connor can back me up here because I know he owns a Himalayan salt
Oh,
lamp.
I have a few, yeah.
I was gonna say I just like the way they look.
Yeah.
They're
they
just
look
really
great.
cool looking.
You can lick them too
Did
if
I
you
tell
want.
you when I
Nice.
one time I was out with Paige at Target and they
Don't
had
lick
like a
them.
$10 Himalayan salt lamp,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh, badass! I'm gonna get this because I like the way they look, and it's only $10, so my fiance can't judge me too much. So I bought it, and then it was like 4 inches tall. It was
Yeah.
tiny,
The box
and it
How
was
much
was
Himalayan
very
salt you think you get for
misleading.
$10?
I
Not
thought a
much,
lot.
apparently.
Dude, a person had to like climb up a mountain and give their life for that.
Isn't Himalayan
Yep.
salt one of those things that like isn't nearly as valuable as everybody seems to think it
Probably.
is?
It's how everything
Like it's like
is.
super
Like
abundant.
diamonds?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Probably how everything. I mean, that's how
Yeah.
everything is.
Oh, I thought there was like a shit like
Also,
there's
Himal-
a lot of Himalayan
Himalayan salt will
Controlled
turn
market.
into jelly actually too in an environment that's too humid.
salt jelly.
Yeah, it'll turn into like a paste, and then when it's
How long until some hipster chef is like, it's got Himalayan salt jelly on
It's
it?
probably happening now. Like, and then you
Himalayan
don't eat
salt
it.
jelly facial scrub.
Yeah.
Yep,
It's like the
exactly.
ham jam from the movie theaters. So it's
Yeah.
like they have the Himalayan salt jelly.
Ham jam.
You
Ham
put it in
jam.
you put your burger in the fridge, and the next morning it's just like a rock that chips your teeth because it's like reconstituted into the.
So we took a burger and we wrapped it in salt and we put it in the fridge for 8 weeks, and now we have a dry aged hamburger.
Oof.
It's a humidity thing, but if in an environment that's too humid for too long, the Himalayan salt will turn into like a paste.
Gross.
You can see
Cool.
that in salt lamps. I had one when I lived at my parents' place. I had one, and
I
my
remember.
bedroom the air did not make it all the way up there too well, and we had to install some blowers. But before we put the blowers in, there was a salt lamp up there, and in the summer, if it would get way too hot up there, it would almost like start
Sweating.
leaking,
Yeah.
sort of. Yeah.
Ooh.
And then if you
Gross.
lifted
I
it up,
like
there would be
that.
like wet stains
You
and
guys,
salt
this is how like
flakes
the
and
movie
stuff.
Critters and shit happens. I don't want that salt lamp anymore.
Well, the reason I know this is because of Merrimack Caverns, local
Mhm.
thing. If you have Himalayan salt there, it takes a long time, but if you have it there for a few weeks, just at the where the tourist area is,
Yeah.
Mhm.
even in that level of humidity over a few weeks, because it's cool, but it's super humid. So it'll turn to like a jelly eventually,
Weird.
and you can eat it.
Ew.
But you shouldn't.
Don't do that.
So
It's probably bad for your everything.
was
Yeah.
our last story about a rooster fight?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, and we went straight. No,
We went on a lot of
we talked about the
tangents.
QAnon shaman and
Mhm.
crystals
Okay.
and
Yeah,
Himalayan
yeah.
salt.
So
and how that shit'll turn
while we're
to
talking
jelly.
about animals, let's get into our only other animal story
Wait,
here tonight.
Are we done talking about the QAnon shaman?
Yeah,
Oh
he's a
yeah,
dumb
fuck
hippie.
that
Yes.
guy.
Okay.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, there wasn't much to say.
Gotcha.
That wasn't
This
actually one of my
organic food.
articles. I just wanted to bring it up
okay.
while we were here. I didn't have that on here.
Haven't they not euthanized him yet? I assume
No,
that like
no.
any wild animal that is.
No, they
The
castrated him. now.
QAnon shaman.
Yeah.
They castrated
He's a
him.
horned beast,
It's true.
Bison person.
We used to, yeah. Oh, never mind.
half man, half beast.
Anyway, woman.
Excuse
sorry.
me.
It sounded like you just looked at me like, woman,
I
we're
shouldn't
moving
have
on.
paused. Woman bites off man's tongue during street brawl. Seagull swoops down and eats it.
Oh my.
Wait, what? What?
I think I was pretty clear.
Out of her mouth.
No, she spit it out.
No.
She
She's like
bit
holding it up.
She bit
Got it
it
in her
off.
stomach.
Spit it in the
Yeah.
air and it flew in and grabbed it out of the
What
cage.
happened? What happened?
Okay.
To cause this fight?
Methamphetamine.
Yeah.
A
that's what I
Scottish
assumed.
man was left stunned after a woman bit off his tongue during a street brawl, only to watch a seagull swoop down and eat it.
Okay,
A
listen.
street
There are
brawl.
certain things that have to lead up to that. I can't just go up to a person and bite their tongue off. Like,
Yeah, you can.
are they gonna stick their tongue out at me? Am I gonna like reach my hand
Maybe
into
they were
them?
making
Am I
out.
gonna?
Hold on, I was
It's a
yes.
street brawl, though.
That's not mentioned in your story.
Yeah.
So
So
Let
how
me-
did she get
well,
access?
I've
if
read-
there's
I've
any
read-
part of your body that's easiest to protect, it is your tongue. Of
Yeah.
all other things.
I've
You
read-
seen Kong Skull Island? Remember when he like rips that?
Yeah,
his
did
jaw?
she do
And he,
that
like-
to it?
She like with her third hand, she
Yeah.
pulled out. She used two to pry his mouth open, one to pull the tongue out, and then bit it off.
Yeah.
Oh,
Maybe-
God.
Maybe
This is Florida, right?
Or she stuffed her face.
maybe if we get to sentence 2,
Okay, go for
a lot of
sentence
things
two.
will be
Go
cleared
for
up.
You don't
sentence
want
two.
them to be cleared up.
James McKenzie and Bethany Ryan were involved in a wild street fight August 2019 when
Does
she
sound pretty
leant
wild.
in to kiss him. As she leant in, she savagely bit down so hard she ripped a chunk of his tongue out. And this is in New Zealand, not Florida.
Oh.
But it's a Scottish man in New Zealand.
She grabbed the
Yes.
she bit off a piece of his tongue, spit it out. Then the large gull flew down, grabbed the fleshy muscle in its beak, and then made off before the injured man could retrieve it. She kissed me on the. This is a quote from the prosecutor. She kissed him on the lips, and during the course of that, she bit through his tongue, which caused a piece of his tongue to be removed. Mr. McKenzie walked off. Why did it say Mr.?
Because
Oh, guys, I'm so sorry. So she bit off part of his tongue. It was
Yeah.
still in his mouth. He walked off and spit out his
Ugh.
own part of his tongue.
Ugh.
And then the seagull swept in and,
I hate
and
all
scooped
this.
it
I
up.
hate all of this. Did they know each other before? What made them fight?
I think
Are
I
there
would be like-
drugs
Were they
involved?
fighting or kissing or both?
They
Both.
they were fighting, and then she went in to kiss him.
Why?
To bite off his tongue.
wait, were they dating? What was their
It doesn't
relationship
mention
prior
that.
to
What's their
this?
Who are they?
I don't know. I don't know their
understand.
relationship.
It sounds like that she
Is the seagull their baby?
Did they pause the fight to kiss?
Wait,
Yeah. Is
wait.
somebody here a prostitute who didn't get paid?
Yeah,
I
what?
think he
what
is.
Okay,
caused
here's
this?
another
Yeah.
article.
Okay,
Edinburgh Sheriff's.
That's
Court.
Scotland.
Yes.
he's
no,
from
wait.
Scotland.
But it happened in New Zealand. Wouldn't New Zealand court?
You would think so.
They
I don't know where the fuck this happened, okay?
no, clearly Interpol got involved in
It's
this.
from the New Zealand Herald,
MI6.
which made me assume it was in New Zealand.
Okay.
But now they're saying Edinburgh Sheriff's prosecutor Susan Dixon said the pair, who were strangers, clashed at the Capitol Leith Walk and an argument developed.
Okay.
And then they kissed.
I'm just saying, if I'm out
All right,
and I get into a fight with a stranger, if they try to lean in to kiss me, I'm not just gonna go along with it.
yeah, James sounds at least a little culpable in this scenario.
Yeah.
It does say that the woman, Bethany Ryan, initially attempted to walk away from the confrontation, but McKenzie, the man, continued to be aggressive. McKenzie approached her again with a clenched fist, and that's when I guess she went in for the
kissed?
kiss.
Why?
She's
Why?
like, "Don't
When in
punch
doubt,
me. Here's a little."
Rip their tongue out.
Why would he go along with
So
it
he's
and
the-
be like,
no, he's
I'll
the bad
slip
guy.
her
He's
some
the aggressor.
tongue.
No,
it
he's
sounds
the
like.
bad guy.
Well,
He's
yeah,
at least
but
the aggressor.
but I don't
he's trying to
understand.
sexually assault her in some way, and she's like, "This is the classic, like, oh, you're kidnapping me? Let me blow you, and I'm gonna bite your penis off."
Well, she's the one that pleaded guilty to assault, though.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean she's wrong. Listen,
It doesn't necessarily.
I
Listen, Chris, I feel like you're projecting a whole lot onto this scenario. For all we know, these are two meth heads screaming at each other in the fucking street.
Yeah, but they're strangers. That's the thing is they did
and
not
they
know
could
each
be
other
two
before.
stranger crackheads screaming at each other in the street.
True.
Listen, if she's the one that went in to kiss him, like even if they were both fighting, he still had to reciprocate in some
That's
way
what I'm
to kiss
saying.
him.
It's his fault.
But she still could have done other things besides go in to kiss him. They're both fighting with each other, and she bit part of his tongue off. I think
if,
you're projecting some
if-
shit on this that we haven't
no,
learned yet.
Say all other things are equal, right? You have two crackheads fighting in the street. We're also assuming both of these people are on crack now.
Nobody
This
mentioned
isn't-
they're on crack.
This isn't a thing that
You have
insane people
You
don't
have
know that.
two fucked up people fighting in the street.
Yeah.
Right. Her story is that he continues to pursue her as part of this, right? And so we don't know this. Like, maybe he's a foot and a half taller than her and scary, and is like getting ready to pound her, and she's like,
Pound
"No,
her?
love," like punch her. I mean, like he's getting ready to beat her up. He's like, "Ooh, I'm gonna murder and do bad stuff to you," and she's like,
murder and
and she's like, to borrow a page from the damn playbook. She's like, "Oi, oi, look at you, love. Why don't you give me a little snatch on
Can
the
we
gobbers?"
clarify what
right?
the Dan playbook is?
Dan has a Cockney accent
Yeah,
that he
thank you.
uses for anybody
Yes.
from the UK.
Yes.
Thank you. And it's not offensive.
Anybody from the UK gets the Cockney accent. So she's like, "Oh, don't be pounding me in the face. Come lean on in for a little snog, me mate." And then he goes in. She bites off the tongue, startling him enough for her to run away. I'm at least not ready to cast judgment. Just because she was found guilty doesn't mean
I don't like the
But
victim
you already
blame.
are casting judgment. You've already decided that this guy is going to sexually assault her.
I'm saying if
which
you're
is what you
fighting with a
said
stranger on the
before.
street and they're like, "Give me a tongue kiss," and you're like, "Yeah."
All
then
right.
you
But it
got
never
it.
says he
So,
asked for it.
so
No, but he did it.
What
The
about the
gist-
seagull?
the gist is, right, this guy was trying to rape this girl, and then she defended herself by biting off his tongue, and then this heroic seagull swept down
None of
and
this
saved the
is
day?
brought
What,
up
is that
in
what
this
happened?
article.
Here's what we don't know, right? The seagull clearly took that tongue piece, went and put it on ice, just didn't have James's address.
Yeah.
to
He
be
was
able
a
to get it back.
It's a Dr. Seagull.
Yeah.
Well, the seagull came all the way from New Zealand.
Yes, that's the New Zealand tie-in.
New Seagull End?
Yeah, New Zealand.
Exactly.
Listen, whether or not this lady was wrong, James has to have been doing something fucked up or wrong to get his tongue bit off. He had his tongue in this person's mouth enough for them to bite it off.
Yep.
Like
Yeah.
there's no
I feel like you're doing something wrong if a stranger bites your tongue off.
yes.
Yeah.
Like it's not like your nose. It's not like somebody can hold your head and bite your
Or your
you know.
ear.
Yeah. Like your tongue is a thing you have to open your mouth and
It's
put
a
your tongue in their
difficult thing
mouth.
to bite off.
Yeah.
It's way easier to bite off, an earlobe, a nose, a finger even,
Well,
Mm-hmm.
Was
Don't
she
I
gonna
know
tell
it?
him to put his fingers in her mouth?
I'd do
I
it.
mean, she convinced him
Boy.
to
She's
kiss
kissing
her.
him,
Yeah.
I'd do it,
She's like, "Put the thumb of your dominant hand in me mouth."
Some people like a thumb in the butt. Some people like their thumb bit off in somebody's mouth, you know?
Yep.
Well, you know what they
To each
say.
their own. Speaking of doctors,
I'm glad you cut me off. I was gonna make a joke that's not good.
the seagulls are not a doctor, but we do have a doctor in California. The article's title is, "I'm in an operating room. California doctor performs surgery during Zoom traffic court trial."
What?
So right now with the pandemic, of course, there's a lot of Zoom meetings going on. A lot of court things are done via Zoom. A surgeon from Sacramento, California, decided that during operation would be the best time to attend his Zoom traffic court trial.
No.
A Sacramento plastic surgeon showed up to his Zoom traffic court trial while in the middle of operating on a patient. The incident is the latest mundane court proceeding to take place in an interesting turn in the age of coronavirus, video conferencing, and remote work.
So do you guys think that when he goes to court for this obvious malpractice suit that he'll be speeding in his car? So there's just a
Probably.
lot of crossover.
Well, what kind of plastic surgery?
I don't know. if
Any
it
kind?
matters.
I'm hoping he shows up on one of those hoverboards. That's the only thing
Like
that
the
would make this
dentist?
better.
Yes.
Just weeks after a viral video of a Texas lawyer who, I guess this is
Oh, the
another
cat
thing.
filter
Yeah.
that was stuck on?
Kitten filter during a Zoom court appearance.
I swear I'm not a cat.
I'm
that was the
not
best
a
part.
cat.
I'm not a cat, I'm a person is the best
Oh
quote from
my
the cat lawyer thing.
Dr. Scott Green appeared in a virtual courtroom Thursday from an operating room dressed in scrubs and a surgical mask. Despite some hesitation in the court from the courtroom clerk, Green insisted that they move forward with the trial. Hi, Mr. Green. Hi. Are you available for trial? It kind of looks like you're in an operating room right now, the clerk said in a video captured by the Sacramento Bee. I am, sir. I am in a operating room. Yes, I'm available for the trial. Go right ahead, Green replies.
You know what's crazy about this is I have recently had traffic court. I got caught speeding.
A lot. Let's just
Let's-
clarify for the record.
Let's not go casting judgment. It's not relevant how much I was speeding.
How much were you speeding?
Over
by?
25.
No, I was doing 21 over the speed limit.
Oh, sorry.
What
Which
was the speed limit?
30.
I
He
do
was
that all the
going-
time.
50.
But it was on. It's okay. You know the area. This, if you're not from here, you're gonna find the next 30 seconds boring. Fuck you. This is important for what's happening in the room. River to Pear, where it's 4 lanes.
Yeah.
I had no idea it was even 30.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you have a 30 speed limit on a 4-lane road? That makes no sense. You
I
know?
agree.
So anyway, but my point is, I'm sure California cost more. The lawyer to represent me and get my ticket cut down was $130. I'm not a surgeon, and I paid that and didn't go.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't the surgeon, like, assuming
Right,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's a
assuming
really good
California
point.
is 4 times as expensive, which it might be, but if you're a plastic surgeon, you can probably spend $600 to
Yeah.
do the multi-$1,000 surgery you're working on.
Listen, I'm gonna go out on
know.
a limb here and say maybe this guy has a lot of lawsuits against him for various reasons.
The article goes on to say, this is a quote from somebody involved in the trial. It says, unless I'm mistaken, I'm seeing the defendant that's in the middle of an operating room appearing to be actively engaged in providing services to a patient, he says. Is that correct, Mr. Green? Yes, sir, Green says.
I would sue the fuck out of
my
that
God,
guy.
Yeah.
Link saying, this is Commissioner Gary Link, court commissioner. Link goes on to say that he's not comfortable moving forward with the trial and reschedules a date for March 4th. And the surgeon goes on to say, we want to keep people healthy. We want to keep people alive, he says. That's important.
Okay,
Wait,
what?
the plastic surgeon?
The plastic surgeon.
Okay.
This woman will die if her breasts are not 3 times bigger by the end of this afternoon.
It's true.
That's the thing. I want to know if he had because here's the thing with plastic surgery, right? It could be like breast implants, which is like, you should give that your attention.
Mhm.
But it could also be that he had a person's face like entirely removed.
Yeah.
And
Right.
needed to put, you know what I mean?
Like the
there's
lady
a
that
lot
got her
of
face ripped off
Yes.
by
Yeah.
there's a lot of
Yeah.
variance in what a plastic surgeon does. So it's like, I'm curious to know, is it like, okay, is this a tummy tuck, or is like a person's face like peeled off and hanging over
Ooh,
their head?
or was he reconstructing the Scottish guy's tongue?
Oh
Is there
shit!
crossover here?
Shit.
Yeah.
Crossover.
Yeah.
No, shit, Chris, you threw me off. You derailed me real good
I
there.
wasn't trying to.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's
You're
fine.
the one
it's
who
fine.
brought up my traffic history.
When they asked Green about the Sacramento Bee report and his court hearing, he said, "That's not accurate, and I have nothing to say. Thank you." And then
What?
and then he hung up the phone. The medical board in California said it's going to review, essentially. And that's pretty much it. But I wanted to say that when I'm paying like an upwards of what, 20 grand for a cosmetic surgery.
Oh, it could be so much more than that.
Yeah, it could literally be anywhere. It could be mole removal to your anything. Like,
But when I'm paying that much,
Mhm.
I expect you to maybe deal with your traffic court
On your own
after-
fucking time.
after I'm done
Yeah.
with my surgery.
But
right?
provided he doesn't completely ruin the surgery, that person will probably be happy because they're
That's
probably
true.
going to be getting a lot of money from that.
That's
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
I mean, you
Dude, they
can
could
tell.
probably-
I mean, I would rather not have like a mangled face from a failed plastic surgery
Really?
Yeah.
That's weird.
than a bunch of money.
But if it worked out,
um,
I'll take both.
yeah,
But
Yeah.
even hey, maybe he's
successful plastic
maybe he's a
surgery
good-
and a ton of money.
yeah, maybe he's a good plastic surgeon. He did a great job, but this person can be like, I'm not paying you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if I was his client, I'd be like, maybe that's my path here.
Yep.
It's just like, I'm not paying you, and we can go to court if you want me to pay you. Thank you for the beautiful face.
Yeah.
Or the throat that no longer looks like a
Mhm.
vagina or something.
Whatever
Who knows
they
what
do.
the not to
Who knows what the surgery
not
could
to
be.
disparage you hangy necked people out there. I know a lot of our fans are
Hang-neck.
I know a lot of our
Some
fans
us
are
got some
elderly.
hay.
They got
Okay.
hangy gobblers. Our average fan is what? We looked this up the other day. 65 years old. is our
No,
average.
no, we looked up
Demographics for
we
those
looked up
videos
demographics for the Don Marshall video.
I
We
know.
found out that
Yeah.
most people watching the Don Marshall videos
are
are
fucking
middle-aged women,
stupid.
Yeah.
and they're fucking stupid.
Yeah.
But yeah,
that should
pretty
put
much
a
it.
cap on the controversy you guys have
That's
had
that.
so far.
Don't worry, they don't watch. They don't even watch.
They
the
only
Don
watch the
Marsh-
stuff with Don Marshall.
They don't
in it.
even watch all that, so
Oh.
it doesn't really matter. Anyway, moving on to our next story.
Let's get Don Marshall on the show.
We got a couple left here for tonight. Customs inspectors. That's so hard to say. Find cocaine-coated corn flakes
I saw this
in Ohio.
Yeah.
So this is when Cincinnati custom authorities in Ohio says they intercepted a shipment of cereal earlier this month with a special frosting, cocaine.
That seems like maybe not the most effective way to like hide cocaine. Because now, how are you going to get that all off your cornflakes?
You just smash it and you snort the flakes. Also, there is a lot worse things in cocaine. Not that I speak from
Chris
personal
has never done
experience.
cocaine.
I have never done a lot of cocaine ever.
Ever.
But
You would just crush the cornflakes.
yeah, no, there's straight up like paint in cocaine a lot of the time. Like there's the chemicals that make paint cure. There's the worst things you can imagine. Like a little bit of oats and vitamins is like going to be the best thing in your cocaine.
That you
Like,
could be consuming.
it's going to be the best thing possible in your cocaine.
Oh, man.
But I endorse this. I think that more cocaine should be smuggled in the form of major brands.
Well, I
goods.
think just more cocaine should be on
Cereal
our
food.
Frosted Flakes.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that why not? Why stop with that, right? American Girl dolls should be made of 100% pure cocaine.
Yes.
What is the? I feel like there was a
More
movie.
cocaine.
They're expensive enough to justify it.
They might as well
They
be,
really
right?
fucking are.
Holy shit! When my kid was like, "I don't care about American Girl dolls anymore," I'm like, "Oh, thank God." Like one of them cost as much as the car I drove in
Yeah.
high school. It's insane. But what's the movie? There's a movie from the 80s where it's like dolls, and the dolls, it's like China dolls, but like it's hardened cocaine, and there's like the bad
Oh,
guys.
I've totally
like,
seen that. Not that movie, but just in real life, people make like statues and shit
Yeah.
out of cocaine.
It's
and
like
then
it
try
looks.
to ship
It looks
that
like
way.
a plaster of Paris
Yeah.
thing, but it's
Yeah.
like totally cocaine.
I've seen people on like what are they called? Like MSNBC shows and stuff like that, where they make casts out of cocaine.
Yeah.
Like
I've
the
seen that
entire
too.
cast is just made out of cocaine.
Man, could you imagine being the person like the mule who has to smuggle that? And it's like, don't ever touch your eyes.
Yeah.
I'd
Like,
rather do
don't-
that
like,
than be the
don't
guy
touch-
who's got to smuggle heroin through balloons that could kill you if
Yeah,
it erupts.
I'd rather be the one
You
that's
know
gotta
what I
like
mean?
smuggle the cast versus swallow
Yeah.
balloons.
Yeah, no, totally.
Um,
I guess I don't want to be a drug mule at all now that I think about it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would prefer none.
Which that leaves me. What do I do with my future now, guys? Like I did the community college courses to become a drug mule, and now I don't want to do that anymore. I have to
So-
look for a new.
these cocaine-coated cornflakes were being shipped from South America to a Hong Kong home. I don't know if this is 44 pounds. They found 44 pounds, but I think it's 44 pounds of cocaine-coated cornflakes.
So including the cornflakes.
But if-
it's not
so-
just like
that's a
40
lot of
pounds
corn
That's got to be
cocaine.
like a few hundred boxes of.
That's what I'm
cornflakes.
saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A
'Cause
box
it's
of
not
cornflakes is
heavy.
about a pound.
Yeah.
It's a little less than a pound.
So at
I
least
think.
44 boxes. is what
Yeah,
you're
that's
saying?
like a pallet of cornflakes. Like, and how do you explain? How do you get out of that? Like, having that shipped to your house is the worst.
Yeah,
Yeah.
why wouldn't you ship it to like
I
a
would
grocery
blame
store or
Kellogg's.
something?
I would be like,
Yeah.
what? They
I don't
must
know
have
what
sent us
this is.
cocaine cornflakes.
I didn't order this.
Like, if you're the person who
It's an
got caught,
Xbox
what is your
gift
story?
card.
Yeah. What's your story if you're the one that's like your house where
You
they-
really love cornflakes.
Oh, what? There's what?
There's
cocaine
what
on them?
No wonder I loved them so much.
I'm as much as a victim as anybody, sir.
Well,
I'm
officer, you should
shocked.
really investigate
Yeah.
that.
What do you say? You're like, no wonder they were so good.
They were
Like,
alerted. They were alerted to it because of a narcotics dog named Bicko.
Aw.
I love that they shout out the
Oh.
dog's name.
Yeah,
I'm
shout out to
glad.
Bicko
I'm
for
glad.
finding
Officer
the cocaine
Stevie
cornflake.
McWiggles.
Well done.
God.
Shout out to that fucking narc dog, huh?
Yeah. Too bad this wasn't in
Look,
Oregon, where you can have all the
Dogs
cocaine
do
not-
cornflakes you want.
dogs don't know what they're doing.
They don't.
That's not their fault.
You ever shook a dog's hand?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Do they know why?
No, Zoe will agree to anything.
Yeah, there
There's
you
like
go.
shake on it, and she's like,
They don't know what
Zoe,
kind
let's
of business
agree.
Yeah,
dealings.
exactly.
Yeah.
Connor,
You could make
uh,
any sort of a deal with a dog.
I love that
That's
analogy.
fair.
Like,
That's
does your
fair.
dog know why? No, they're very outcome driven. They
Yeah.
don't need to know. They don't need to. They'd be perfect
In
lower
fact, they
management
prefer
at
not
any
to know.
industry.
They prefer not to
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
I don't want to know because I don't
Just-
want to be responsible.
Just give me a treat afterwards, and that's it.
Give me a treat and we good.
Every
okay?
dog is like a foreman on a New York job site when the mob was like,
right.
Just tell me I'm a good boy and give me my pension.
Moving on to our
I'll
next
find you all the
story, I have a
cornflakes.
video for this one, so I'm not going to read it, but this takes place in Mobile County, Alabama.
This lady.
Here's a bizarre crime story here on the Gulf Coast. A man has been accused of breaking out of jail and then breaking back into jail.
I've seen Prison Break.
29-year-old Reginald Howell of Mobile. In October of last year, he was booked in the Conecuh County Jail on a 14-count indictment for robbery, drugs, and gun charges. He managed to escape, but authorities say he later returned to try to smuggle in contraband. This was no easy task either. Authorities say he used bolt cutters to break back in. 2 weeks ago, Howell was convicted on the escape charge. He'll be sentenced May 7th. The maximum penalty is 5 years in prison and a fine of $250,000.
So this is just like Logan Lucky.
So,
Why?
Yeah, I was gonna say. So there's no penalty for breaking back in.
No.
They should take the penalties away.
Also,
You came back, man.
Dan, can you, before we get too deep on this, I'm pretty sure Reginald Howell is the billionaire's name from Gilligan's Island. Can you look that up? Reginald
let's see.
Howell III, I think, is
I'll
the
look it
billionaire.
I think it is the Howells. I think you're
Yeah,
right.
is Reginald Howell?
Maybe this guy's
Is
the
this-
fourth.
Or is it his grandpa?
Reginald Howell III's from Yu-Gi-Oh!
Nice.
This is the first thing that comes up. Let's look at Reginald Howell, Gilligan's Island. Thruston Howell.
Thruston. Okay.
Thruston.
Yeah.
Thurston?
Thurston.
Is
Yeah.
I think how most humans say
Thruston.
that.
Well, if you want to go,
Thrust on.
putting your R's in the right spot and shit,
This thirsty ass bitch.
you fucking elitist. Just give me my,
Oh,
give me my
man.
diamonds, or not my diamonds, my quartz crystals and QAnon.
Diamonds aren't worth anything.
Bringing your reality into this.
Say he
Famous
broke out of
Thrust on.
jail in October 2020, and then he broke back into jail to sell some narcotics.
Dude, that's
Dumb.
Ballsy.
That's dumb. That's not ballsy or smart.
Indeed,
or-
indeed.
That's just dumb.
He did
smart's
not
not the word I
rob the
was. At no
Charlotte
point was I
Motor
going to say
Speedway.
smart.
Yeah.
Well,
He didn't rob the Charlotte Motor Speedway while he was out of jail.
Now, no peeking.
Cauliflower.
That's my
what is this? What are you guys talking about?
Logan Lucky.
Logan
I
Lucky.
haven't seen Logan
What?
Lucky.
What? Logan Lucky is like it's the epitome of a movie that every part of it is better than the movie.
Yeah.
Like the movie itself isn't bad, but like every part of the movie is like way better than the movie itself.
They break out of jail and then break back in at the end of it.
Oh,
Yeah.
like Prison Break?
Yeah. Except not as good as Prison Break.
I hear Prison Break's great, especially
Prison
after they
Break equals
broke out and then broke back in and then broke out again and then broke back in.
One of our friends from high school, I'll never forget. He wrote on my Facebook wall back in like 2007 or something. Prison Break equals phenomenal series.
Check it out. I know nothing of Prison Break.
It's
I've
not.
never.
Don't.
Never
don't
been to
bother.
prison.
I
never
always
break
put it.
out.
I always put it in that category of shows like Supernatural,
Yes.
Yeah.
where it's
Yeah.
like everybody has an aunt or something who's like, "Oh, I love them boys."
And I don't inherently have anything wrong against those type of shows. Sometimes you need to watch
You
something
watched
real
Prison
stupid.
Break,
Oh
but
yeah.
not much of it.
But I don't think Prison Break is a good show. That's the difference. I can still watch something and recognize it's not good,
Yeah.
Right.
but still enjoy it.
That's fair.
It's not good.
So you guys got anything else to say about that?
Just that I'm fascinated. I want to again.
Good for him.
I
He
yeah.
came back.
I want to talk to this person. Like I want to know this.
Yeah.
Like there's no other way you could think of to
Maybe
make
we can get
money
Reginald.
after successfully breaking out of jail.
You couldn't sell the narcotics to people that weren't
Who
in the
weren't in
jail,
jail?
you were just fucking in. You couldn't find anyone
Right.
else.
You couldn't go to a different jail?
I bet you there's a super fascinating thing here where this guy is like, oh, they'll catch me eventually. I'll be a legend. I'll be a tough guy. You know what I mean?
True.
Like
No,
I go
still
back
think
in, this
that's-
buys me all kinds of cred.
Mhm.
I think that's
know?
giving too much. I don't know. Credibility to this guy.
Why? Just because nobody bit his tongue off?
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe you'd sympathize with him if somebody bit his tongue off
No.
in Melbourne, Australia. Even though none of that happened there.
So moving on to our next story, we only got a couple left. Woman in motorized wheelchair robs downtown Jacksonville bank.
What?
Yeah. So
Was this Missy Elliott circa 10 years ago?
a bank located blocks away from the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office headquarters was robbed Monday by a woman in a motorized wheelchair, authorities say. The bank robbery was reported about noon at the Regions Bank branch on Bay Street near Laura Street. Police said the woman showed up to discuss an account, but she got into an argument with a teller that escalated when she threatened to kill everyone in the bank and announced she was
Jesus.
robbing the place.
What
Damn.
the fuck?
Did she have a weapon at least?
It's okay. She was frustrated,
I'll get there.
and that's it.
I'm gonna
She-
make it-
She shouldn't get in
The
trouble.
woman left the
She-
bank when she was given some cash, and she was taken into custody
gave her
nearby
cash?
for a short period of time.
Did she say that her wheelchair was a bomb?
Oh, she was
Well, I
taken into
think-
custody a short period of time later,
I think that's like the what you're
Protocol.
supposed. Yeah,
Yeah.
protocol is
so
like
nobody gets hurt.
You
either
give 'em-
insured. If you're a
Run
bank,
around
you're
the back
insured.
of her wheelchair and take out the
She
battery
didn't
or
have a
something.
weapon. Well, no weapon was seen, I should say, and no one was hurt, so that's good.
Well,
How much
okay.
money did they give her?
She should have been.
Doesn't say.
I think there should be
Couple thousand.
a rule that if you don't brandish a weapon in a robbery and you're just like, give me money, I'm mad. And they're like, okay, if they give you less
Well, she
than...
threatened to kill everyone.
Yeah.
Okay, that adds a wrinkle to
She's
what
gonna,
I was
run
going to
That's
say.
a
him, she's gonna
wrinkle.
run him over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did she even get specific, or she was just like, I'm going to kill everybody?
So that'd be enough for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but if you're
Okay.
like, I'm going to kill everybody, but you're elderly in a wheelchair with no weapon and they're just like, here's money.
She was elderly. Does it say
Yes.
how old
Oh,
she was?
That was the whole point of it. Yeah.
Yeah,
How
that's
old-
what I'm saying.
How old was she? Does it say?
It doesn't.
Just
And it
knock her the
doesn't-
fuck out.
And it
She's not
actually
gonna
doesn't
do
say the words
anything.
elderly, but
I think we just decided that.
we just
Look,
decided it.
she's- There's only like 3 reasons you're in a motorized wheelchair. Either you're disabled, you're elderly, or you're massive.
Or 4, you're just
Or-
having
Yeah.
some fun.
4 is you're just a shameless waste of a
Yeah.
human who
Yeah.
like you ever been at the grocery store and there's like a 17-year-old like hot girl like
Yeah.
driving a wheelchair and you're just like, you should go to prison now for this.
Yeah.
I don't know why this isn't that bad of a crime, but I feel like this is going to lead to you doing terrible things
I
in the
think
future.
you're going to take this to rob a bank.
Yeah,
That's
maybe that
what
is
I
it.
think.
It's the most effective way to
Again,
rob a
It
bank.
is.
Was
It
this-
worked for
Was
a minute.
this Missy Misdemeanor Elliott now committing a felony?
yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
Do you remember Missy Elliott's wheelchair phase she had for a while?
No.
Dude, she had a Rascal Scooter phase.
Yeah.
For like 2 years, where she drove it on stage and shit. Like she'd drive it out to the microphone and then.
Yeah.
That's weird.
I do not remember that.
You don't remember?
No.
these?
Nope.
Oh, dude, this is a while ago. This
And
that
she
was
lost a lot of weight.
yeah, which was weird because she lost weight and then needed a motorized scooter.
I'm too skinny to get around on my
Well,
own.
Here's what I'm getting at: if you're a crazy weirdo and you walk into a bank and you pose no threat, but you're like, "Give me some shit, or I'm gonna do some shit." Like you shouldn't be treated the same as somebody who comes in with a shotgun or
Yeah.
something. You know what I mean? Like there should be different.
Yeah, but if you come in and you're like, give me money or I'm going to kill everyone. I don't know. You
Oh,
should
she
go
had-
to jail.
Missy Elliott had Graves' disease.
Yeah.
Oh shit! I feel
What is
bad
that?
now. I thought it was like a.
It's
Wow,
a
Chris.
thyroid issue.
Wow,
oh wait,
Chris.
that's you
And
don't
it has
need
to
a-
do with your blood pressure.
Oh.
You mind if you're too weak to walk? You're not a
Okay.
fucking doctor. Don't come in here telling people what they need and
you,
don't need.
If you can't walk 30 feet, but you can stand up and dance and rap afterwards,
I'm sorry, Dr. Chris.
You owe Missy an apology
I
right
don't.
now.
I don't.
Speaking of people, we're going to owe an
That
apology.
explains why she like doesn't like work out for hours. It doesn't explain like why she can't walk to the microphone.
Speaking of people, we're going to owe an apology. Here's our next
Oh,
story.
no.
I will never apologize. Missy, you call me. You DM me, Missy.
Goop's at it again, guys.
Oh Jesus! Now what?
Goop's done something.
Now what?
NHS
Goop's
warns
done something.
against Gwyneth Paltrow's kombucha and kimchi COVID advice.
The
Oh
NHS?
Jesus! What?
Oh,
So the National Health
I thought you
Society?
meant the NSA for a
Services?
second.
Services.
I think it's services.
Why'd you have to
Health
say
and
it
Human
out?
Services.
So Gwyneth Paltrow has what has been urged to stop spreading misinformation by the medical director of NHS England after she suggested long COVID could be treated with intuitive fasting, herbal cocktails, and regular visits to an infrared sauna.
You know, fuck her.
Yeah,
fuck you.
she should be fucking shut down,
I
arrested, and
agree,
all of
yeah.
her money fucking taken
I
from her.
agree.
That is
should
shameless.
go to-
That's fucking
You
dangerous.
should
Yep.
go to jail. Like it's a far cry from, or at least be like massively charged.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
in all fairness, you said long COVID, which is people who are not actively infectious
Right.
or have the virus, but who have lingering effects from which. So in essence, she's suggesting a treatment for a thing that is no longer contagious or hurting you anymore, which doesn't mean she's like has any grounds to do that.
She's
but
giving
it's not
fake
the same
medical advice.
No,
I
I
don't
know,
care
but-
what the reason or the purpose behind it is. I think that she should be thrown in fucking jail. And I hate that they're like, we gently told her to please stop it.
Well,
Please
so
stop
this
it.
is
But
actually
I'd be
like
willing to bet the reason is that she's not. Again, it's not. She's saying this would treat your active infection. She's saying this would be therapeutic.
no, and the
for
reason
your
she's not going to
lingering
jail is
side effects.
because like with the products that Goop sells, there's like really fucked up regulations on that, and they're allowed to claim a lot of shit that
Yeah.
not true. So it goes on to say that the Hollywood star who markets unproven new age positions on her Goop website wrote on her latest blog post that she caught COVID-19 early and she has since suffered long tail fatigue and brain fog. Paltrow said that after turning to the advice of a, quote, functional medicine practitioner, she was told, this is a case where the road to healing is going to be longer than usual. She then embarked on a keto and plant-based diet involving fasting
help.
until 11 a.m. every day. Lots of coconut aminos and sugar-free kombucha
And a
kidney
lack of
grease.
protein.
So much. I hate her
Paltrow
so
went on to
much.
recommend her brand of Madam Ovary supplements and
Jesus fucking
Seed
Christ.
Lip, the incredible herbal non-alcoholic cocktails. She added, I'm doing infrared saunas as often as I can, all in service of healing.
What is that, like tanning?
It's like, yeah, basically.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
fucking
Exactly. I was going to say it's like
hate her.
tanning with UV lights, which is, or I mean, sauna with UV lights, which is just tanning.
You know what?
I also
Fuck her.
I hate so much that she said she went to see a functional health
Quote,
practitioner.
functional health practitioner.
Not a doctor. That's
And
not
they-
a doctor.
and
That's
they
not a
recommended
fucking
that I
doctor.
use my own products.
They recommended I put stones in my vagina.
Only if they're egg shaped and jade.
And very porous, so that you can keep all those good germs in there.
So Stephen Powis,
Fucking
National
cunt.
Medical Director of NHS England, who urged influencers such as Paltrow against spreading such information, went on to say, in the last few days, I've seen Gwyneth Paltrow is unfortunately suffering from the side effects of COVID. We wish her well, but some of the solutions he's recommending are really not solutions we'd recommend at the NHS.
She's suffering from the side effects of being a fucking idiot.
a fucking rich
I
idiot.
would
yeah.
also like to add, I do not wish her well. I
Yeah,
hope
no.
everything goes horribly.
She
I
can
wish
fuck her
everybody
She's a garbage fucking human.
not
Yeah,
die.
I
But
agree.
again, like the difference here and the reason it's legal is because she's not claiming to be.
Yeah, there's nothing.
She's not claiming
illegal.
that she's curing COVID. What she's saying is that follow this regimen and it will alleviate your symptoms.
Which should be super illegal.
But
it's not.
But in this country and basically everywhere, it's like
It's so shitty churches can get away with
but
doing
it-
bullshit
Well,
like
yeah,
that.
but it's the same as like the copper bracelet bullshit and like all of that
Or
stuff.
like,
It's like
the egg that you put in your pussy.
you can
That
basically
is actively bad for you, though.
you can basically claim, as long as you're not saying that something cures an active infection or an active disease, you can more or less say that it might be good
That's
for
bullshit.
for anything
That's
other
such
than that.
bullshit.
I'm not saying it's not.
Fuck
I'm
Gwyneth
just saying
Paltrow.
that.
That's
She's a
the
bad
law.
actress and a
Yeah.
bad human being.
Did you see Infinity War where she gave Tony Stark permission to die?
What
I
about
found that
Shallow
very.
Hal.
She's awful in
She
all
is in
of
Shallow
those.
Hell. I forgot she's even in Shallow Hell.
She
for
probably
real.
did too. From what I understand,
Shallow
she can't
Hell is-
remember
Yeah, she
what
was in
role
the
she's
Marvel
in.
That
movies.
cooking
She's
show
in.
where she's
Brain
talking to Jon
fog.
Favreau, and she's like, "Oh, I'll have to see that one," and he's like, "You're in that movie," and she's like, "No,
No,
I
I'm
wasn't."
not.
He's
Yeah.
like, "Yes, you're definitely in that movie I directed," and
I
she's
cast
like,
you.
"Oh, yeah."
I was there.
To be honest, Shallow Hal is pretty fucking funny though.
I don't know, man. Shallow
In terms
Hell's
of
not a very
early
good movie.
2000. Well, I didn't say it was good. I said it was funny.
That's fair. It's
It's
been a
Like,
minute. since
how
I've seen
how
it.
fucking offensive is it nowadays
oh,
though?
pretty offensive. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Why?
I don't know. It's not very.
Because Jason Alexander's character has a tail.
Yes.
No.
I forgot about
It makes
that
fun of the
part.
tailed.
Yeah.
That's like, have you ever? That reminds me that episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm where they're talking about how people only see me as George Costanza. He's exactly George and
Yeah.
Shallow Hal too. Just with a
same
tail.
person.
He's in everything. Even Dunstan checks in. He's just like.
I swear to God,
George
if you don't
Costanza
stop bringing up
with his-
fucking Dunstan
That's why I
checks.
brought it up. I bring it up as often
Dude, he
as
won't
I
stop
possibly
bringing up
can.
fucking Dunstan checks.
I want to count if we can. If somebody can go back and watch all probably 30 hours of the podcast to see. I'm pretty sure
That's a
this
good
is
idea.
my 5th or 6th that Dunstan checks in reference over the span, and I will not stop. You cannot stop me. You will not oppress me, and you will not keep me from bringing the truth to people about jade eggs and vagina
He-
candles.
Another
Is-
thing about Jack Black, we've been embarking down the wonderful road of teen dramas lately
Ooh.
at our household, watching some One Tree Hill.
Oh, amazing.
Laughably bad at times, but they ask one of the characters in the show, like, who's one celebrity you want to hook up with? They say Jack Black.
Interesting.
And I think about, that doesn't make much sense now. He's fucking hilarious, but he's
It didn't make a lot of sense then either.
that was my next question.
When did
Never
that
has
make
it.
sense?
Like, nothing against Jack Black. He's fucking great,
No.
but I just never viewed Jack Black as that kind of celebrity.
No.
Well, it makes sense if in order to orgasm, you need a member of Tenacious D
Yeah,
to sing
that's a good
Tenacious
point.
D
That's a
song
good point.
to you, as
Which I
accurately
imagine
as
is a pretty
possible.
large percentage of population.
yeah.
Right here.
You got two in this room,
Yeah.
so that's at least 50%.
Two in this room. You got me and Dan.
I'd say you go off
We
stats.
get by.
I've never
singing it to
tried
each
it,
other,
but
it doesn't really.
I imagine if I tried, I won't be able to go back.
fucking time ago.
Wonder Boy.
We'll sing two different songs.
I-
Whatever.
Jack Black's
I don't know the
great,
one you
though.
were singing.
Moving on to our last news story of the
Tribute.
evening.
Can we stop and just sing tribute?
The whole thing.
What we need to do is get through this next news story before I piss in your fucking office.
Oh
So-
shit!
Let's do it.
Office studio.
Fast. Let's go.
This
You're not
guy's
helping. You're not helping. You're-
Brimco Studios. That's where we are right now in the spacious.
Can I
Brimco
please read
studio
this
space.
headline so I can go pee?
No, you can pee into your own mouth, or my mouth, or Connor's mouth.
I don't want you
Because-
to
I
be
am
in my
out.
mouth.
I'm out.
If you pee in Paige's mouth, it's pornography.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
performance art if you pee in Connor's
Yes.
mouth. So
Yeah.
we can do that. We can
Okay,
get
Dan,
that.
go ahead.
Anyway, moving on to our final news story. We have
Dan, what's the final news?
Chris, please, come on.
I'm
You got to
sorry.
interrupt every
Yes,
article
I
just
knew
to
it would
get your
make you
voice in
so
there.
mad. Yes,
No,
it's about
come on,
me.
Stop.
All right.
Police robot told woman to go away when she tried to report a crime and then sang a song.
I love this one.
What does this
so
robot look like?
much.
An egg.
We have
You want to see a
pictures.
picture
Yeah,
of it?
can we-
Here,
can we
I'll
put a
open it.
picture up?
Okay, I've seen those.
Yeah, it's like a little police egg.
It does. It
Aw.
looks like a little egg,
It looks cute now until these
It's
Daleks
very
are sucking your
friendly.
brains and
Yeah,
shit
they look
out.
like
It's-
Daleks from
but with less things sticking out
Doctor
of
Who.
them.
So a high-tech police robot told a
Real
woman to go
high-tech.
away when she tried to report
It's a
report a
traffic
crime,
cone with a GoPro on it.
then trundled away while singing a song.
I want to know the song. What was the song that he was singing?
It's not a song you know.
Oh.
A police
Come
robot
on, get happy.
A police robot told a woman to go away after she tried to report a violent street brawl breaking
Holy
out
shit.
nearby.
I'm curious if it actually just said "go away."
She rushed over to the motorized police officer and pushed the emergency alert button, seeing a brawl break out on the Salt Lake Park in wait, it says Los Angeles? I didn't
Los
think these were in
Angeles.
U.S.
I didn't think.
Oh,
they
yeah,
was
no,
there.
no.
Los Angeles, yeah. But instead of offering assistance, the egg-shaped robot, whose official name is HP RoboCop,
Mhm.
barked at her to step out of the way, and to add insult to injury, the high-tech device then rolled away while humming a, quote, intergalactic tune, pausing periodically to say, please keep the park clean.
This is very, you know what this reminds me of? Demolition Man, the Taco Bell fueled futurist Stallone movie. It's even Los Angeles, which is where that movie takes place. This robot cop, this is everything about corporate run dystopian futures that we've come to expect.
I'm gonna say
Yeah.
that despite the outcome, I think this was a better outcome
This
than
is much
99% of police encounters in LA. I
Well, it's a
assume,
robot, so police say the robot
Until they
is
give it a
still,
gun.
is still in testing
It just
phase.
shoots her as soon
Get
as they...
the fuck out of my way.
So
I
the
have
robot's
songs
still
to
in test
sing.
phase, but it'll ultimately have its alert button connected to their dispatch center.
But it doesn't now.
But she says
Why?
to go on. It just kept ringing and ringing, and I kept just pushing and pushing. The concerned bystander thought the 5 foot tall robot might have needed to see her face before it began to work, so she crouched down in front of his camera. But the egg-shaped device still didn't work, forcing her to call 911 instead.
So
I love this encounter.
15 years
much.
from now, it's going to shoot somebody that won't get
Yeah.
out of the way and then whistle an intergalactic tune and remind people to keep the park clean.
It's going to be even creepier, though. It'll whistle like a doo-wop song. Like, their takeaway from this is, their takeaway is going to be like, oh, it was the wrong song.
I want to let you guys know
We
that
should have
this-
had a better song. Than
This
it
robot costs $70,000 a year, which
Yeah.
is more than a cop cost.
Yeah.
Probably in Los
You know-
Angeles.
It works about as well as I
Maybe
would
in Los
think.
Angeles a
par.
little higher, but
I-
They
I'd
can
be
pay
willing-
me. They can pay me that, and I'll walk around
I'll
and
fucking
tell
roll
people
around
to get
in
out
a
of the
little
way.
egg
and-
thing. Yeah. I can hum tunes and tell people to go away.
go away.
I don't. What is
Please
an
keep
intergalactic
the park
song?
I don't know.
Is it like
clean.
Star Trek's theme song or something?
It sounds like it like broke their
Yeah.
It is Star Wars.
Oh, I
which
love
means-
this.
They programmed an intergalactic
Yep.
tune to the robot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
taught it to do that. It knows
The-
how to do that.
Also, if this thing's job was to wander around and give bottles of water to thirsty people who might die without it,
No, that's
then
not
it's
the point.
But if so, its response would make sense. It'd be like, "Sorry, get out of my way. I got water to
Go
distribute."
away.
Go away.
H2O.
Would you like a water? You know, like that makes sense. But instead, it's like, please, they're telling people interact with this thing, and then it just tells you to fuck off.
Also, it doesn't.
Like
It does not look good.
No, it
No,
looks,
it looks like a Dalek from-
No,
it looks
The
like
Doctor Who.
it looks like a Dalek that has Pepsi inside of it.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of like a Kinder Egg.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kinda
I
like
can
the
see that.
coloring and everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird. I don't like that it's 5 feet tall. Like the
No,
robots.
it's pretty short.
The robots at the grocery store freak me out a lot.
I don't trust nothing
I
under
haven't seen
5'3".
those.
I saw those at the Schnooks that.
Yep.
you
Oh, the
guys
robots
went
That's
that
where
clean
they
and shit?
are.
I haven't-
I
I
don't
haven't
like
seen them
them.
yet.
Yeah,
They're at
to.
my
They
Schnucks.
were in my way
Mhm.
and wouldn't
I
fucking.
don't-
They were in your way. You
I
weren't in
leave
its way.
fuck out of my way.
I leave. I don't go in the aisle with
Yeah.
them. I don't like them, and I don't think I would like this, but I do kind of like that it sasses you.
Yeah.
Where it's like go away,
I like a
and then it
robot with
hums a
sass.
little song. Like I
It's
love
some
it.
idiot-
It would be
Idiocracy
funnier
shit.
if it weren't a police robot.
Yes.
Right. That
One
like
that
needs to
you're
help
supposed
people.
to. Yeah.
Yes, if
But
it was
also-
a janitor robot, it's
Yeah.
fine. But it's
What
not
kind
a
of
janitor
person's
robot.
like, oh, I'm not going to call 911. I'm just going to run to the nearest police
It
robot.
does say police on it and have the logo of the
I
police.
would
Yeah, to be
call
fair.
police immediately, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I cared, you know?
Yeah, but imagine this: you're living in LA, you're poor, but somehow you make $200,000 a year and you're still broke.
Yeah.
And like you see a fucking police robot, and you're like, "Oh, I heard about this. The future's here. I'll go talk to this robot." I don't know. This is so disconcerting on so many levels. This is our future.
Yeah.
Guys, is
The future's now.
although living police are indifferent. Why should the robots be any
I
different?
mean, for
Yeah.
real, this didn't shoot a dog or a
person
child
or anything like
or
that,
like.
so-
Not yet.
Not yet, not till we give it a gun.
Our
yeah,
only
it
hope.
doesn't have a gun right now, so
Until
I'm still
these-
saying police bots. I like it more than police.
Until they're serving
Right now.
no-knock warrants.
But if this cop
That's
had
right.
a gun,
Yeah,
I
exactly.
was gonna say if this cop had a gun and the right to use it, it would have shot that lady in the chest.
probably while humming.
It would have been like lower down so I make sure I get a fatal shot. Like
Yeah.
look
it's gonna
to-
be like Wadsworth.
Please look into
or
camera.
Codsworth. What's his name from
Oh, from
Fallout?
Fallout?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah. I
Um,
love how she was like,
just-
maybe it has to see me, so she
She
like,
puts her face
put
down
her
in front of
face
it.
and was
yeah.
like robot.
That's how cameras and technology work. Like
Sometimes,
she
yeah.
wasn't being. It's not this woman's fault for thinking
No,
that a robot that
no.
says police is
Was gonna
like,
do something.
But it also like in Idiocracy, whenever when they're first in the future and the lady tries to order fries and it eats her money and then
Yeah.
it calls the police and sprays gas in her face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's what this
That's what
reminds
this
me
is gonna
of.
be.
And she's like, "Give me my fries," so she hits it, and it's like you've committed vandalism and sprays gas in her
Yeah.
face. She
But
passes
even
out.
that
and the
worked
cops
better
come.
than this did. This was just like,
Well, the cops
Go
did
away.
The real cops showed up actually in Idiocracy when
Yeah.
that happened. So
So that kind of wraps up all of our news stories, I guess, with that.
I do want to say one last thing about the police bot.
Yeah.
It's like, in my head, I don't know why I imagined it was British.
Yeah, I was really thrown when it said Los Angeles because I imagined it being like, "Good day, sir.
Yeah.
Move on. Do
Jog on.
do."
I was not imagining LA with that at all.
No,
I
I
was
expected it to be
surprised.
British and Cockney as fuck.
or governor,
Like
it's
Adele,
it's the Doctor Who
surprisingly,
thing.
surprisingly
Yeah.
cocky.
And when they say to get out of the
Cockney.
way, they go jog on.
Jog on, mate. Yeah,
It's because it looks so much like a low budget BBC. You know,
It
Yeah.
looks like a
It looks-
dialect.
It doesn't just
Or
look like a
Dalek.
Dalek. It
Dalek.
looks as cheap as the Daleks look, which are non-functioning cardboard robots, and
It
it's a
also-
real law enforcement robot.
Oh,
Like, I feel like it looks too friendly for like an LA police bot.
and there was actually
you know?
two additional
Paige
notes.
wants him to be buff and have machine guns.
Yeah,
on him.
exactly.
Two additional notes
Barbed wire
about
around.
these robots. It says other versions of the same model have previously hit headlines after one fell into a fountain in Washington, D.C.
Saw that.
And
Saw
a
that.
third RoboCop struck a child while patrolling the mall in California's
Christ.
Silicon Valley.
What the hell?
Like
What
ran
they-
into it, not like a normal
No,
cop
no,
where they
it was
hit children.
open-handed.
Yeah, exactly.
It was an open-handed, front forward.
Oh my god, these,
Yeah.
I need to follow everything going on with these police bots. They're my new favorite
The
thing.
RoboCops.
I need
HP
them to be British.
RoboCops. When they say HP, is it Hewlett Packard?
That would explain something.
I don't
It's
know.
gotta- Or what? Is it? What else could it be? It's got to be like, is it Human Patrol Bot?
Human
Yes.
Patrol
Like,
RoboCop.
You know, it's got to
Human
be
Police RoboCop. They say it twice.
human.
They
It's not-
really want you to know what the job
They
is.
should call it like HR Bot or something.
HR bot.
bot.
I thought that's what it said earlier, but it's
But-
an HP bot.
It's very Demolition Man too, in the sense that like it's like, let me make you feel comfortable. Oh, you need something? I don't know how to do that. Fuck off.
I'm sorry,
Like,
I cannot provide.
It's like asking. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like, bring your troubles to me. What you need? Anything? Go away.
Go
Yeah.
away.
I'm the equivalent of that flashy blue light at an intersection they have in bad
Yeah.
neighborhoods now, so that you.
so that you don't commit crime.
Yeah, me being here, this robot being there means you have an 11% less chance of getting robbed, and that's good enough to justify its cost.
But that's all of the news stories I have. Before we move on to Connor's Conspiracy Corner, we have our game show segment, which, like I said, is rebranded to Name That Review.
Ooh.
You like that?
Oh yeah, likes is strong.
All right,
That
let's-
was
Love.
fancy.
Yes.
Okay, let's go. I love
like wasn't
these.
strong enough.
So just to recap everybody on the rules, I'm going to show a review. It is not 1-star reviews any longer. We have many different stars. I want you to tell me what it is a review of. Depending on the review, I may want a more specific answer or a more vague answer. The person at the end of the game with the most points wins absolutely nothing. When you are correct, you will hear... Oh, God. I just spilled beer all over the
Hang
mixer
on.
again. So we just spilled some beer on the mixer. I don't entirely know.
It was a team effort to put the beer in the
I
mixer.
just spilled some beer on the mixer. I think we're cleaned off. I think we're good to go. We cleaned it up pretty quick thanks to Chris Bremer's quick action.
Woo!
Yeah.
I think what I was about to say when I knocked over the beer was that when you hear this sound, you'll know that you have a correct answer.
Which you probably heard several
Oh.
times. As you was cleaning it off.
I was cleaning it off and I kept hitting the button, so you guys heard it a lot. And when you're incorrect, you'll hear this pleasant sound as well.
That is
You
a
like
nice
that? They're
one.
I
subtle.
do.
They're
I
not
like that.
annoying. You like that? Okay.
Yeah, I like those.
So, this first one, I'll read it, and then I'm going to give you some hints because I think this might be actually local. Anyway, so this is a review on Yelp. One of my biggest fears as a public restroom user is someone walking in on me. The bathrooms at blank escalate that fear times 10. The stalls are sliding doors with no locks. The entire time I was using the restroom, I was paranoid that someone was going to swing the stall shutter right open and expose me at my most vulnerable state. Along with the stall doors not having locks, the toilet paper was only 2-ply and nearly paper thin. It took me about 24 squares to get the job done.
Jesus.
Normally, I would only give 3 stars for an experience like this, but the craftsmanship of the bathroom sinks, it says, is so amazing. So I give this overall bathroom experience 4 out of 5 stars.
This person is a storyteller, first of all. I just want to say that. I got a full experience
Yeah.
from that.
Someone can just saunter in, and there's a lot of descriptive language.
My
and-
most vulnerable. This is an emotional roller coaster.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of anywhere that has fucking sliding doors though, because I don't want to go there.
You
So
You said you think this is
continue
local?
talking. Did I say that? Yeah.
Uh,
So I believe that this is actually a local place.
Oh.
So what I was gonna say is,
At least by the name.
The name occupies a lot of real estate. You know what I mean in the text. Like,
And they
that's a
have
long
the
name.
Yes.
before it.
Yeah, it's like the Walmart at this location,
The pasta house.
the pasta house.
No,
on
it's not the
wherever.
pasta
You
house.
didn't give me a sound.
Oh, this is the.
Thank you.
It's a bread company or a Panera Bread
Thaxton
somewhere.
Speakeasy.
Thaxton Speakeasy.
Seems like a place that would have sliding doors for
Yeah.
bathroom.
It's at the Jefferson Memorial Bathhouse.
My favorite.
St. Louis.
It's my favorite bathhouse.
Okay. Can you give us some hints?
So it can't be like a Target or a Walmart or something.
No, it's like a long
that.
name.
It is a
Library?
There's one place in St. Louis called this. I don't think it's a chain, which is why I think it's in St. Louis. I found this on a list of like funniest reviews,
And it's been around since 2014.
at least.
Okay, and the bathrooms.
Venice Cafe.
So we know that
That
the,
seems like the kind of place
Yeah.
that would
we know that the
sliding
bathrooms
doors.
have a modern vibe and aren't. So it's not going to be
It
like.
has beautiful sinks.
And you
Yeah.
think there's
We
only
know
one
that.
of them?
We know that.
It's not a chain?
When I Googled this place, the first thing that came up was the place in St. Louis.
Okay.
Okay, so is it hint time? Can I ask for?
Oh, wait, that's not a place.
Container
store.
That's my favorite part. Is it hint time?
Container store.
You're close in the sense that I'm sure they will make a
IKEA?
container for you there.
So they don't serve food.
It's not IKEA?
no.
It's not like
It's
a restaurant.
not a chain as far as
Oh,
I know.
yeah.
But
Sorry.
it's not like a restaurant or food establishment.
It will
No.
make a
No, okay.
container for you there.
You could probably.
Make a container.
I'm going to give...
But it's not a chain.
I honestly don't... I don't even think it's a store where you go in and buy something.
Is it that weird? Is it that weird dorm in a box place? Damn it.
Oh, is this a storage unit or something?
No.
Oh.
What the
I don't think you're going to
hell?
guess it. It's pretty popular. I could give one hint, but it's going to...
Give us a hint.
No, it's going to give it away to just Paige, and I don't want to do that, so that's not
Oh.
fair.
Yeah, give us a hint then.
It's like kind of a studio/venue.
Oh, okay.
Does that narrow it down?
The gramophone.
No.
Studio/venue. Have we been
Ready?
there?
We've
no,
never been there. We've driven past it several times. Connor's
Mm.
probably driven past it. Chris has probably driven past it.
Studio/venue where they make you things.
I think you could make things for yourself if you were taught how.
That didn't fucking help.
Oh, is this
Is it a candle
Is this
making
like
place?
the glass blowing place? The glass
I'm
factory.
going to give it to him.
the glass fact? What is
Third
it?
Degree Glass Factory, Chris.
Oh.
This is a review for Third Degree Glass Factory. Part of the reason I included it is
Wow.
because, for one, it's hilarious. And two, when I Google Third Degree Glass Factory, there's one that comes up.
Yeah,
And
no,
it's in St.
it's a
Louis.
local
Yeah.
place.
Yeah. So I thought it was hilarious to see a local
Also-
place.
That's funny. What terrible bathrooms with
When-
beautiful sinks.
Yeah.
When you cut me off to give me the point, I was in the middle of saying the 7th degree.
I heard you, yeah.
Glass factory?
You were close enough.
Which makes no sense.
Yeah.
We'll give that one to Chris.
A 7th degree burn.
That was a good one.
I didn't even realize that it's a third degree burn.
That was-
that's the
that
whole.
was a really
it's
good
a,
one.
It's supposed to be a punny, you know.
I
All
like
right.
the review a
So
lot.
this next one I'll tell you right now is a food. I want you guys to name the food. This is an Amazon review, and it says, I ate there 3 hours ago. Now I have diarrhea. As far as blanks go, this one is pretty good.
As
Three-
far as
Three
This one's
3 out of 5
good,
stars.
and now I have
Stars.
diarrhea.
as far as Taco Bell's go.
Wait, is he naming the food or the
food?
The
restaurant?
food. It's not.
Oh.
It's a food.
Oh, as
burritos.
Chili dogs. Sub sandwiches.
pancakes. As far as chili goes.
Burgers?
As far as, hold on, no, it's
Guys, come on, think.
Soup tubes.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Pizza places.
Types of restaurants.
Oh,
is what I
as
want.
far as Mexican places
Oh,
go.
types.
Pizza shops. Pizza parlors.
Specific type of restaurant.
That's what we.
Buffets.
Closer. I'm not
As
gonna give
far
you a
as
point,
Golden
though.
Corrals go.
Self-serve.
You're close though.
As
with
far as
buffets.
all you can eat.
Chinese.
That's right. Chinese buffets page. Congratulations.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Chinese.
I kind of fucked that one up because the next one is specifically a food, and I was looking at
Oh.
that, but I was looking for the place.
That
of
is an
one. Sorry about
optimistic person, though. That was like, this gave me diarrhea.
That food
3 out
must
of
have
5.
been.
But
Fine,
don't
though.
you kind of go there expecting that?
3 stars.
That person must have known, or I'm sorry, they must. The food must be really decent.
Do they have really
Like-
good sinks, though? That's what I really
No,
know.
and again, that's how you know the food must be good.
Yep.
3 stars with diarrhea.
Yeah, that's
Come
true.
on.
That's
Must
gotta
have
be
tasted.
bomb.
Must have been worth the diarrhea.
What's funny
right?
too is the person doesn't even like attempt to say maybe the diarrhea is from something else. They're
Yeah.
like, it seems to be they know it was there and they're still giving them 3
Yeah.
stars.
3 stars. That's a pretty
So,
glowing review, I'd
The
say.
next one, this is a 1 star, and I want you guys to tell me
Oh,
the food. This
man.
one's a food. So this is an Amazon review, and
This is
the
long.
title of it is "Just Don't Unless It's a Gift for Someone You Hate."
I know
Oh
this
man,
one.
words cannot express what happened to me after eating these. The blank, if you are someone that can tolerate the sugar substitute, enjoy. If you are like the dozens of people that have tried my order, run. First of all, for the taste, I would rate these a 5. So good. Soft, true to taste fruit flavors, like the sugar variety. I was a happy camper. But, or should I say, but with 2 T's. Not
So
long
stupid.
after eating about 20 of these, all hell broke loose.
I
I
know
had a
that's right.
gastrointestinal experience like nothing I've ever imagined. Cramps, sweating, bloating, beyond my worst nightmare. I've had food poisoning for some bad shellfish, and it was almost like a skip in the park compared to what's going on inside me. Paige is so sure, so I'll let her answer first.
Sugar-free gummy bears. Yep.
Ding, ding, ding.
I've read this
Amazon
What?
review
before.
for sugar-free gummy
Apparently,
bears.
We got a ringer over here,
there's
I was
Connor.
gonna say
something-
fruit by the foot.
I've read that one. No, apparently there's something in the sugar-free one specifically that like fuck
Yeah.
you up, and
I've
if you
heard-
eat any amount over like 3, you
There's
are
some
gonna just
people
shit
that like
yourself
shit
to
their
death.
guts
No,
out with
thank
sugar-free
you.
Yeah,
gummy bears.
apparently there's something in it. I don't know what it is.
So I thought it was going to be a comical thing where it's like 20 of them is obviously something you shouldn't do. You know what I mean?
That's why I thought fruit
Pop-Tarts.
by the foot.
Yeah.
yeah.
20
Yeah.
feet of
I mean, I
Fruit
could
by the foot
I
or
could
Pop
eat
Tarts.
that,
I was
though. It's so
thinking
good.
like new
No,
Twinkies
20
or something.
gummy bears isn't that many.
No.
No, that's like a small amount of gummy bears.
Yeah.
If I'm getting down on some gummy bears, I mean
Right.
like a bag.
Yeah.
Which is probably
Yeah.
like 80 or something.
So
So
we
don't eat sugar-free gummy bears, guys.
so moving into our last 2 questions, we got Paige 2 points.
1.
No.
Oh,
2.
2.
Yeah,
You're
you got the
right.
Chinese buffet. Don't sell yourself
You're
short.
right. You're right. You're right.
Paige at 2 points, leading first place, followed
yeah.
by Chris in second with 1, and
1
Connor
point.
rounding
Half
out
a point.
0.
I
mean,
said
third
buffets.
was 0.
That's
I have half
true.
point.
You
I
did
said
say-
No,
okay, we'll
you
give
get
you
a
a
half
half
a
point.
point
We'll
for
give you a
the
half point.
for
It's
the
true.
assist. Yeah, for sure.
So this one I want. Oh,
We should adopt
Well.
a formal.
I didn't see it. I definitely didn't see
I
it.
did. I can.
well, that
excuse
was ruined.
myself from it.
No, that one just showed the title. I swear I blocked it out.
Was that the last one?
No, I got another one. I'll pull up real quick. while I
That would
try
have
to
been
find something
very
else.
anti.
Yeah.
What was it? I didn't even see it. You guys
Motel
really-
6.
It was
Motel
Motel
6.
6, and I had a good one too.
You
but
should
I
have
didn't
just
block
tested
it out.
Chris.
It's just me by
Yeah.
myself.
It said
And
Motel
everybody's, like,
6
giving me
giant
hints.
and bold at the top. So this is a 5-star review, and I want to
Impressive.
know what type of product this is. Probably even the brand name. Finally, is the review title. Someone has answered my gentle prayers and finally designed a blank that I can use all month long. I use it when I go swimming, riding a horse, walking on a beach, and doing yoga. It's comfortable, leak-proof, non-slip, and makes me feel so feminine and pretty. Since I begun using these blank, men have found me more attractive and approachable. It has given me soft skin and manageable hair,
Oh, okay.
and has really given me the self-esteem I need to start a book club and flirt with the bag boy at my local market. My drawings of kittens and ponies have improved, and now that I'm writing my last name hyphenated with Robert Pattinson's last name, I really believe he may someday marry me. I'm positively giddy. Those smart men in marketing have come up with a pen that the lady parts can really identify with. Where has this blank been all my life?
It's Bic. When
It's
they
a-
came out
yeah.
with that lady pen, the like pink women's
That's
pen
right.
or something. Yeah.
You didn't
I
black out the pen
remember.
part, Dan.
There were so many parts that said pen. I thought I got all of
Yeah.
them. I guess I missed the last
I remember when
pen.
that came out though, because it wasn't that long ago, and everyone was like, "Why the fuck would you do this? Why do you need a gendered pen?"
I need to find 2 more reviews real quick while you guys discuss, and I'm just gonna read them. So switch over
I do
there.
love that.
the
I've seen
camera.
some other ones too. Like it was some board game, I think specifically that I saw brought up in one of my groups where it was like the exact same game, but it was in pink and it was like for women. Very specifically, and someone commented and they were like, "Thank God they wrote it in legible to me, girly pink font."
So we're gonna pull up some more reviews page, but I'm not gonna be able to show them. So if you could take off the
Boom.
camera, and then we'll try to find another review. Okay, here we go. This is a 3-star review on Amazon. It
Ready?
says so. Right now, Paige, you got
We can
3.
take this. Either of us can take it because you got a half.
Yep.
Come on.
You got a half. Chris,
I don't
got
think
1.
the pen should count because you included
It said pen, so we'll go back to the score. I agree. I'll try to find 2 more. I'll
It's
just read
too
them.
much of an advantage.
This is an Amazon
Although
review.
you did win it, so.
Changed my life is the review.
But
title.
I'm a cheater.
That's fine. I'll take a half point for it.
Received this blank as a gift for my 18th birthday. Wish I have known
That's fair.
what it was because as soon as I touched it, I grew a mustache and became a Navy SEAL. Mom fainted and my dad laughed and handed me a beer. I was born a girl. Minus 2 stars because my breasts were really nice.
What? Wait, what?
3 stars.
This is what?
That's an Amazon review for a product.
This is why we need to see the text because I just
I'll read it again.
I can't wrap my head around it.
Received this blank as a gift for my 18th birthday. Wish I would have known what it was because as soon as I touched it, I grew a mustache and became a Navy SEAL. Mom fainted and my dad laughed and handed me a beer. I was born a girl. -2 stars because my breasts were really nice.
What
It's a
was this
razor.
for?
No,
It's some other pointlessly gendered thing.
It's an
though.
epilade.
not pointlessly
Lady?
gendered, no. I don't think it's a gendered product. Oh, wait.
Okay.
You're both wrong.
Okay.
So it's not a razor. It's not gendered.
No fucking idea.
It's
Touching
not
it
gendered
gives
at
you a
all. It doesn't say
mustache.
like for men.
No, it's...
It's
No.
a jockstrap with a athletic cup.
No.
Oh, I was going out on a limb.
What is something that gives you a mustache when you touch
Nothing.
This is on Amazon. That's why I'm asking if it's
This
pointlessly
is
gendered.
clearly fake, like, you know.
Yeah. Like
joke
the last
review.
one we read.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a handgun. Oh, I thought I had it.
Is it one of those purses I was looking at that had a matching handgun purse? Mm.
Paige is looking at purses, and they all had weapon holsters.
That matched
Yeah.
your purse. Every
Work
single one
boots.
of them. Ooh.
This is the apocalypse. You need a gun.
Cologne.
It is a famous brand that is somewhat like the word tissue in the sense that it is used to describe
Band-Aid.
products that aren't that brand. It is not
Q-tips?
that common. Nope, not that common.
Kleenex.
Nope.
Old Spice.
chapstick.
Ooh.
It is a utility.
Vaseline.
The fuck do you...
I don't know.
I
You
don't
just
know.
rub your face, and we're naming consumer
trying
products
to, yeah.
with generic names.
Hit me with something else. Truck nuts.
If I say this, it's going to just be
I
the
don't
first
know.
person to answer it quickly, probably. It is a multi-purpose tool.
Swiss Army knife.
It is not only a Swiss Army knife, but show the screen real quick. It is this Swiss Army knife. It is this. It is this.
It's like a 45 compartment.
the
Swiss
Winger
Army knife.
16999 Swiss Army
Yeah.
knife giant.
How do you even put that in your pocket?
It's. I don't know how large it is.
It's the
That's
size of a
fucking
cell phone.
hilarious.
Listen, I would like to, on behalf of myself and Connor, speak for myself
Yeah.
and say, Paige,
Yeah.
the pen
Yeah,
one, I
yeah.
reinstate your full point based on your ability to get that one and apologize for my opposition
Thank
to
you.
a full
I knew
point.
it was a Bic pen.
Yeah.
Yes.
I knew that.
So we should do the other one just for fun, but
Thank
you
you.
clearly have won.
Maybe we can get a consolation
Thank you.
point. Or
Thank you.
something.
Yeah.
A constellation point.
Yeah,
I'll give you.
that's-
So I'm at 4.
You're at.
You're
no,
at 4. Yeah.
No, we're gonna give her 3, right?
No,
No.
that's what I'm saying. I rescind my
Oh, okay.
objection to a full point.
I've been
for the
reinstated to
pen.
4. I'll
Well,
take
shit.
Yeah.
3.5.
All right, let's see the last one.
No, 4. There's no.
I mean, there's not
What do
a
you
lot.
got?
I guess I'll throw another one, but there's not a lot of hope that you guys have.
Oh no, we're not trying to win.
Yeah, we're not trying to win.
we can't win.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's do one more. Those are fun.
All right,
I
all
want
right.
I like
one
these.
more.
So this one, I want you to tell me. I'm gonna tell you right now. It's a mask, and I want you to tell me what type of mask it is.
Okay.
I wear this mask to sing lullabies to my children. They are terrified of the mask.
What the fuck?
Whenever they protest about their bedtime or ask for too many sweets, I whip on the mask, and they soon know who is the blank.
Oh, this is one of those. It's just the cosmetic mask thing that people know.
Nope.
No?
No.
Oh, this is weird then.
Is it a mask of a baby's face?
Oh, like the realistic, like Bryan Cranston wore at
A
that
clown?
Comic-Con?
A
Satan?
politician?
A Satan face?
A dog.
Is it a Halloween mask?
Guys, I can't wrong answer you enough.
Okay, help us out.
But Chris is on a closer track. How about that?
With
Oh,
what?
with the cosmetic thing?
No, with a dog.
I said a dog.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. Paige is on the right track. I'm sorry.
With
So
a
many
do-
answers being thrown
A
out.
dog mask?
Elephant.
Paige is the only thing that's named an animal.
Oh.
That's an animal.
Or only person that's named an animal.
So, but you're saying it's
It's
not
an animal.
It's not a Halloween mask, or
An
it
animal.
is a Halloween mask, but it's an animal.
Big bird.
What makes a mask specifically Halloween?
The fact that it's a mask.
Yeah.
So it's a mask and an animal.
It's either
Okay.
okay. If I'm gonna
Lion. Tiger.
Okay. We're just gonna guess
Bears.
animals. Like
Hold on,
no.
A better one.
She says she knows who's the kids know who the boss
A
is.
parrot.
Who the king blank is.
Cat.
Kong, monkey.
I like at least Connor's train of thought where Paige is just like King Cat.
Well, no, because I try like King of the Jungle, and I said it, and you said no,
no.
so
King. Okay, I'll get you're right.
So
Gorilla?
it's not a King Kong.
It's not a
No.
gorilla.
It's not a gorilla.
is it a
Chimpanzee.
crocodile?
Nope.
Oh,
Lizard.
It is so
Godzilla?
much less frightening of an animal than any of the
Oh.
things you guys have named.
Koala.
An elephant, I guess, is the closest, but like even this,
King giraffe.
I'd be less scared of.
It's a king giraffe. It's a king mouse.
Chris is on the right track for
It's
like
a-
my level of fear for it.
King rabbit.
Prairie dog.
King ferret. King.
Otter.
Connor, I'm not gonna say you're right, but you are like in a much more closer range of
Beaver.
animals. No,
seal.
in terms of environment. Same with seal.
What? A fucking deciduous forest? That's a lot of things. A deer?
Dolphin.
No, we're talking about like cold animals, right?
A polar bear.
No, you'd be scared of polar
penguin?
bears.
Ah.
You guys want to see this mask?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So this is the mask that mom puts on.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I love that she talks about how terrified the children are.
That's
It's a
reasonable.
terrifying mask.
You know what this reminds me of is like she's like, I don't know why this would be scary. This
They're
would be terrifying if you're
terrified
5 or
of
something.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, like my mom would, if she wanted to scare us, she would hide behind her hot water heater and comb all her hair in front of her face and call you down. And it was like The Ring. Like she'd put on an oversized shirt and she'd call you down and then she'd come from behind with like wet hair over her face before they were even doing that.
Yep.
Which is why those movies like tap into a primal thing.
This
Yeah.
is like
You know?
a very realistic rubber penguin mask.
Yeah, no,
Yes.
that mom and this mom have the same
It's-
instinct of like wanting to fuck up their kids.
So I think Paige is undoubtedly the winner of that,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah.
Even though Chris, you got 2 points, right?
I got 2 to Paige's
I got a
4.
half a point.
Paige swept the
Yep.
floor with
Hell
4, and then
yeah.
Connor, you
Uh,
don't do too
not a
well
good
on these.
one.
I'd like to say though,
I
Paige
got halfway
cheated
there
by being
multiple
smarter than
times.
us.
Okay, you did.
It's not fair. We
That's
should
true.
be competing against people as dumb as we are.
You know what? If I was a competitor, you would stand a lot
I would
better
have
chance.
won.
I just happen
Exactly.
to know that I've seen those reviews with the sugar-free
The-
gummy bears.
yeah.
They'll make you just shit
Yeah,
yourselves because that's
they
not the only
should-
one. There's
that should be on
multiple.
the
People
news.
talk about like
Yeah.
gummy bears, cigarettes, coffee, make you shit. That's
Yeah.
what people say all the time.
But sugar-free gummy bears.
But that's all of our I almost said 1-star reviews. That's all of our reviews for this episode. But before we round it out, we still have to move on to Connor's Conspiracy Corner.
That's nice. That was
like
a good
that?
sting.
I love that.
That's a good sting.
This month's conspiracy isn't nearly that dramatic though. Unfortunately. Maybe we'll have a big one coming up soon, but I'm running out of ones that are funny and actually have a decent amount of stuff to talk about, and not just stupid.
I kind of asked you to do this one though.
So yeah, I think this is a really good one to do.
It's topical.
But it'll be quick. It won't be anywhere nearly as in depth as the other ones. So, so as we know, most of the country has been hit by some pretty bad winter storms over the past
Nor'easters.
2-3 maybe month. One location that was hit exceptionally hard was Texas, right?
Lots of stuff.
Left dozens of people dead, millions and millions without power, and I saw the other day nearly 15 million people had water problems. Maybe that's pipes frozen or something like that, where they're asked to
And bursting.
conserve and this storm could end up being the most costly disaster in state history, potentially exceeding what Hurricane Harvey, I think that's what it was called, did. $125 billion in damage from that hurricane, and it's
Jeez.
approaching that. But that's what you get when you don't update your infrastructure for 50 years. But that's another story. In Texas, 254 counties, every single county in the state, were impacted by this weather in some way or another. And much of this can be blamed exclusively on Texan lawmakers, but that's not the point, even though they were warned and recommended several times that they could avoid situations like this, or at least lessen the effects of a situation like this. They rejected the science and refused to protect the state's power grid from extreme weather like this. but we don't need to get into why they're complete morons. But that does introduce the theme of today, which is pretty simple. The United States educational system has failed, and there are people out there amongst you that are dumber than you could ever imagine.
What's that? Who was the infamous person that said,
Was it George Carlin?
like, think of the dumbest person you know, and then, like,
There are people out
there
there.
are people
that
out there
half
that
as
are
smart as them.
yeah, half as
like,
smart
kind
as
of
them.
thing. Yeah.
And, you know,
That's so true.
this has probably been the plan of the United States for several decades. Cut education so that these people can be dumb motherfuckers farting in bathtubs and laughing their asses off. If you like Tropic Thunder, that's a good quote from that. Essentially, more and more people nowadays are rejecting science and unfortunately sharing their thoughts and ideas on social media, which leads to our topic for today: fake snow.
And the episode title, by
Yeah.
the way.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So,
So no pressure.
this storm hit
Don't
Texas and the rest of the country. Although I think most of these videos come from Texas because most of the rest of the country is aware of what snow is.
Like, we're very familiar with snow.
Yeah. So while it was ongoing, this winter storm, they spent their time creating and sharing videos on TikTok, on Twitter, on Facebook, on all the social media platforms. Usually, the few that I saw before they got deleted because they realized how stupid they were, they take snow, they go out and they get a handful of snow and they ball it up in their hands, which compacts it, and they hold a lighter to it, right? And the snow doesn't melt, and suddenly it's covered in black markings, burning, the snow burning, like if you held a lighter to that water bottle or something. This snow, of course, is fake, as we all know.
Mm-hmm.
It was created by the government. A few
Obviously.
people specifically
Yeah.
created this.
The
We'll
weather
get into
Wait,
that.
department.
no, but I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. What
I
were
was
you
gonna
gonna
say, are you gonna name the one specific person that everyone wants to keep blaming?
Yeah, I got a few. I
Okay.
got a few they want to blame. So yeah, as their evidence, no other evidence other than they hold a lighter to a snowball, and it appears to not melt, and it's covered in black markings. That is their evidence. That's the extent of their evidence. And
Thorough.
by the way, this has been disproven several times. That storm, I don't remember how many years ago, 6 or 7 or whatever, in Atlanta when they had tons of snow.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
The same thing happened there too. People lit the snow with the lighter and it didn't melt, and it was explained very simply then, and it's going to be explained very simply now. It's just not true.
I just want to say really quick.
Yeah.
I've been around snow a whole lot. Never once have I been like, I'm gonna light it on fire.
Also, you
My
are not a
lighter,
moron.
Like, why?
Yeah.
That's never crossed my mind.
Yeah.
Why is everybody
I
doing
was
this?
gonna say even broader. I've never been around snow and been like, can I trust this shit?
Yeah.
Is this fucking real?
It's
Like,
all fucking lies.
you got deeper issues if like it snows and you're like,
Better
not in
burn
my
it.
town.
Yep.
Better
Not
burn
in
it.
my
Uh-uh,
town. There's
Bill
no way
Gates.
this is real.
So they create these videos, and before too long, they spread like wildfire all over the internet. But they begin to take interesting twists and turns along the way. And now we're here in the midst of Joe Biden's dark winter.
Oh my god. Okay.
Just barely over a month into office, and Joe Biden has already manipulated and controlled the weather to make this happen. Here's a quote. "This is warfare, an attack on Texas by altering the jet stream, seeding the clouds, and ultimately causing the storm that block out over 4 million people." Naturally, besides the obvious reaction of reading someone seriously saying this and thinking to yourself, holy shit, you're fucking stupid, there's absolutely zero evidence of any of this. The storm was, they were pretty clearly told ahead of time, this storm's coming your way. Here's how it's forming. Here's where it's coming from, blah, blah, blah.
See how it's fucking up everything along the way.
It was observed by National Weather Service. It was observed by NASA. Like, everybody knew it was coming, and they, granted, I don't know how much protection they could have given themselves in the short amount of time before it came, but over the past years, they've failed to. I mean, climate change, you have higher highs and lower lows. That's just how it works. But if you reject the science and fail to protect yourself, whether that be something as simple as, I saw a lot of people blaming it all on green energy. Oh yeah, look
Yeah.
at this is green
I said
energy.
that too.
Well,
Yeah.
you know,
I've heard
maybe
that a
if
lot,
you
yeah.
look at places
Same.
like Canada or Northern Europe where it's really cold, or Alaska, and you see that they properly treat their wind turbines so that they're not going to freeze up when it's, you know,
Mhm.
sub-zero temperatures. Not to mention 80 to 90% of Texas energy is still natural gas,
yeah.
That's what
and
I've heard.
coal.
80%. Yeah.
Yeah, it's an
At
abysmally
least,
small
yeah.
percentage of it is green energy.
I've seen a lot of people being like, "Look at the Green New Deal,"
Yeah.
and it's like that's not even like been implemented
And
yet.
the
So I
reason-
don't know why you're trying to blame it on that.
And the reason that natural
Ugh.
gas and coal failed is because they failed to update and upgrade their entire infrastructure over the last
Mhm.
50 years.
Well,
it was
and
built
it's-
to last 50 years, and
Yeah.
we're well past
And they were
that
told
amount.
a decade ago, the last time there
Yeah.
was a big snowstorm, like, "Hey, you need to
Yeah.
winterize."
And they didn't
Yeah.
do it.
No.
They didn't do it because it's a privately owned energy
Yeah,
island with
exactly.
no regulation.
Exactly.
They're,
So while, you know, the vast majority of this is entirely Texan lawmakers and lobbyists' fault, they could have avoided this, or like I said, at
In
least
a way, it is the
massively
government's
lessened.
fault.
Yeah, it is. You're right. That being said, back to cloud seeding. We were talking about this earlier. Cloud seeding is an authentic process. They use substances similar to dry ice or silver iodide, and they put it into clouds. Used to enhance precipitation, dissipate fog, modify hurricanes, things like that, and also decrease lightning and hail during thunderstorms. Notably, this has been used in Indonesia and China to help put out forest fires during intense drought seasons or relieve the droughts, or potentially clear air in front of like a major international event or something. So, you know, cloud seeding isn't fake. They do that, but there's no evidence that it was ever used to create this winter storm that put, several million people out of electricity.
Yeah.
does it have the capacity to do that? Like, can clouds? Is there any
Create a
evidence?
blizzard.
Well, no. I was
I
going to say,
don't
is
know.
there any evidence that cloud seeding alters the jet stream? Because essentially, Texas.
Yeah.
We live in the same area that it was
Yeah.
hit by that. It's
Yeah.
the polar
Yeah.
vortex.
We got
kind
a lot
thing.
of
Yeah.
Lot of
snow
snow.
from it.
And it gets that cold here every
But
couple
it gets,
years anyway.
yeah, we're totally prepared
more used
for
to
cold
it,
weather.
but the polar vortex thing, there's a name for it because it always extends down to lower areas and stuff. So cloud seeding's been around a while. I would be curious to know if it's like, does that actually impact in any way what the jet stream
Yeah.
does?
Yeah.
Like, does you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
does precipitation actually,
I feel like it doesn't,
know?
but I don't know.
yeah.
Fair
So
enough.
don't take that as fact. So I went and searched up all these videos where people were sharing their
I have
evidence.
some I'd like to show.
And I scrolled through a lot of comments. Now, luckily, most of the comments on these videos, they were just the most popular ones that, you know, had the most likes on this topic. I just scrolled through those. The vast majority of the comments are people saying, "You're fucking stupid. This is the explanation, blah, blah, blah." So that at least gave me a little bit of hope. But every once in a while, you find somebody who's really stupid. And I've got some quotes I'd like to read. Now, remember, these are comments on the videos where people are sharing their evidence. So we have, they say that's from chemtrails. Yes, because in the early 700 BC, in the Ice Age, the liquid from the dead, and because all of this pollution in the air.
What? Liquid
You-
from the dead from
you-
700 BC?
You heard me.
Ew.
700 BC during the last
That's a
Ice
lot
Age.
of liquid dead. I don't like
I'm pretty
that.
sure the last Ice Age was like 10,000, 15,000 years.
Yeah,
by the
700
way.
BC, they like pyramids were 2,000 years
Yeah.
old.
I'm
by it.
imagining
Yeah.
like melted mummies though, and it's grossing me out.
A guy boiled it, pH water, tested it, and he said it was acid.
every liquid it has pH.
Just some
factor.
guy
Some guy.
boiled it, pH tested it, and
It's
said it was
acid.
Yeah.
Man. Wait for it to melt. It's going to destroy the soil all over the nation.
Oh.
The snow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Oh
snow.
wait, is this all one? You're listing multiple?
I'm listing multiple.
Do they
Okay.
think it's gonna
Listing
like
multiple,
fuck up
yeah,
our
that's right.
crops? Is that what they're
Yeah,
worried
yeah.
about?
They think the snow has something in it that's going to melt and destroy the soil.
Maybe this
all
is
over
a
the country.
weird roundabout way for them to accept pollution.
Maybe, yeah.
Like
They'll only
No.
accept pollution as a liberal conspiracy.
yeah, but
from
whatever.
Joe
If we
Biden.
can like bring it back around,
I
then
like
maybe
these,
some good will come from it.
I like
It's
these
a
last
generously
three.
optimistic view for your particular. You're like,
For my
maybe
particular mindset.
maybe the idiots will eat their way around in a circle to come
Yeah,
back to
they're
the
like kind of
to
getting
making
there. They're
sense.
kind of getting there.
Dan,
you know what
wanna
I
play
mean?
it? Wanna switch and play it right now
Yeah, I have a well. if you
before I
want,
finish
yeah.
out my quotes.
I have 3 videos,
Yeah.
which are probably some of the ones you've.
Yeah,
Oh,
show 'em.
these are the people melting snow
Yeah,
or
let me
trying to
unmute it.
melt snow.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bill Gates,
Take off your fucking
for
gloves.
trying to fucking
really
trick
dumb
us
music.
that this is real snow. You'll see.
Thank you, Bill Gates.
It's not melting.
Oh,
And
I saw this one.
it's
I
going
kept
to
hoping that she
burn.
set her fingers on
No,
fire.
don't
So
burn.
she's going to.
Snow fucking melt.
Snow fucking melt.
I don't know what's up with the dumb music on this video. But these are all TikTok videos.
Is it just a block of ice?
Fresh snow for all the haters.
What?
Fresh snow for all the haters.
What does that even fucking mean?
So she just lit a tea light. Is that what's happening?
She
Yeah,
did-
she lit a little tea light, and now she's grabbing a snowball, forming a big old compact snowball,
This is how you burn your thumb.
holding it over a tiny little tea
Jesus
light.
Christ.
This is
Not
exactly
melting.
making it into a snowball like that is a surefire way to ensure
Now she's
that
holding
it's
it up
not
to the
going
camera.
to melt
Yeah.
and drip all
Get in
over
there.
you.
We got a little bit of blackness on it from the.
The carbon and shit
Uh-huh.
from the wick and everything.
Not melting.
It's not instantly melting on her tiny little tea light.
Yeah, because they don't know what
Not
sublimation
melting.
is.
Yeah. Also, I love that this music
Why
is
don't
like
they ever
what
go put
you'd
it in
have
a pan or anything?
This music is this
It's
like,
like
a
we're-
compilation video I found on YouTube, and it's like a corporate like.
Yeah,
happy
this song
music.
is it's like hear it in a tech. We
So now
advance the future.
Now she's getting out a hair dryer. She's grabbing another snowball, fresh snowball. Want to make sure we use a new fresh sample.
You know what the worst
Like a
part
real
about this
scientist.
is that it doesn't matter how many times you explain to them why it won't. It is melting. for
Now she's
one.
air drying it, hair drying it, air drying it.
Look how stupid she looks.
She looks real dumb, not melting instantly on her hair dryer that she just turned on.
No drip, and she's aiming an air gun at it.
Also want to point out the patio that she's standing on with no snow on it because it's all melted.
Yeah.
It's not dripping, but I'm aiming a blowgun up at it.
Yeah, where does she think it's
It's
gonna
blowing all the drops.
What does she
And then
think
here's
it
our final
goes?
video. We got a guy sitting in a really nice looking vehicle.
Here's some good old
Looks like he's already tried it a bunch.
There's a bunch of dirty
That
snow
is-
he's trying to burn.
That is some parking lot snow.
It's not melting.
I hope this is satire. This one might be.
That's it.
So I have a few more quotes.
Okay.
These are my favorites. It the government messing with the weather.
Oh, okay.
It the government messing with the weather. Look it up. The place is called HARP. I looked up HARP. They study the
I know what HARP is.
upper part of the atmosphere, the
Yeah.
ionosphere.
HARP is real.
Yeah. They don't.
All these poor like nerdy scientists who
Yeah.
are just trying to like do their job, and all
Yep.
of a sudden everyone's mad at them. Like NASA's like, we want to build
Now.
rockets.
Could you imagine you're like a guy who's just like, yeah, I study weather patterns, and now you need a bodyguard for your
yeah,
children
exactly.
to go to school.
Now this one is my personal favorite, second to last one. You can really tell this person knows what they're talking about. If you do deep research,
Okay.
China
Deep.
said they made an artificial sun to mess up the weather everywhere, especially targeting the USA. That's why our whole and then it just ends.
Okay, love that one.
Wait, how is whole spelled?
Yeah, how is whole spelled?
WHO.
Oh,
Okay.
I kind of
damn.
wished it was
It was
been
just
our
a
whole.
whole-
No, but
yeah.
they clearly wanted to say something else.
That's why our
And
whole
they
energy
just left
problem
it.
is yeah.
That's why my holes.
And lastly, people, our national really need prayer.
Oh.
I agree.
Yeah.
This reminds me of some of the
National.
YouTube comments I get on our conspiracy.
Thank you, Bill
videos.
Gates, for
Yeah.
trying to trick us that this is real snow. You'll see it's not melting and it's going to burn. Snow don't burn.
Snow don't burn.
That's the quote that woman
Snow
Snow
that
don't
girl.
burn is your next T-shirt,
Yeah.
guys. That's your
Oh,
next dinosaurs
shit.
built
That's
a
the
pyramid.
video that
Yeah.
made headlines, and
Yeah.
I think
Snow
has
don't
since been
burn.
Snow don't
deleted
burn.
from her TikTok account. She's deleted it because I tried to go there and find it earlier today.
Shit. Snow don't burn is a good T-shirt.
I'm
Snow
telling
don't
you,
burn is good.
it's on the record, guys.
Yep, that's
You
true.
want a portion?
That's true.
Yeah, we're splitting that.
All right.
Yeah, after
So-
cost. We're splitting it after cost.
It's like $4.
There's
profit.
really
Yeah.
everybody here knows,
That's
but
fine.
everybody here knows the explanation of why this doesn't why they're stupid. Why snow doesn't appear to melt and drip all over you
Right.
when you hold a lighter.
There's a
to it.
lot of reasons.
But let's go over it just to make sure
yes.
everybody
cover
else
all the
understands.
bases.
And if we can hopefully educate somebody that
If there's anybody
won't
out
listen
here
to us in the first place, that'd be great.
If there's
there's-
anybody out here that's listening to this part of the highlight that we released on YouTube,
Yeah.
and you've made it through most of this already, we're about to explain to you why you're incorrect and why you can be re-informed.
And it's really simple, but I assume that most people like that will just ignore us. So prove us wrong.
They haven't made it to this part.
Stick
of the video.
around.
Maybe they never
Listen.
got to watch like Bill Nye.
They're busy proving that
You
cheese
know?
isn't real because it doesn't
Wait,
melt right.
If they paid like
Paige,
half,
are you talking about Bill Nye the Bottom Guy?
so
I'm not ready to release my new company yet.
the real simple explanation for this does not involve China. It does not involve Bill Gates, Joe Biden, Barack Obama,
Joe Biden.
Hillary Clinton,
Job.
the
Biden.
Queen.
Mm.
There's no lizard people involved here. It's simple. The snow does melt,
It's melting.
okay? But through a process called sublimation, it skips the liquid phase because of heat of you holding the fucking lighter. Have you ever boiled water? You know, water vapors?
once.
Do you know what those are?
Mhm.
Mm.
You ever huff some water vapors?
Oh, I've huffed
Shit, dude.
That's how you
Yeah,
get
yeah.
hydrated.
Hi.
Now
So
that's
good.
The
science
only
right
way
there.
to hydrate is to
Yeah.
huff
Hey,
water
man,
vapors.
you want-
heard it here first.
You want supple mucous membranes?
So you know how you saw
Vaporize that
them all
water.
packing down the snow?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Snow's porous, so when you hold the lighter to it, it is just absorbed by the remaining snow. That's why you go outside, and when snow melts, it's not just like it was 65 degrees or something the other day, but you still have huge piles of
Mhm.
snow all around because it's absorbing itself.
Mhm.
Snow burning and having those black marks, even simpler. You're holding a butane fucking lighter to it.
The
Yeah.
butane's burning.
It's soot. It's soot. That's
Yeah.
all it is. It's as simple as that. And lastly, holy fuck, how are you so stupid that you don't know simple states of matter?
Oxygen, liquid, gas, plasma,
Oxygen.
air, gas, liquid, plasma. Who's so stupid?
Oxygen.
Who's so stupid?
That's
Not
it.
me.
That's it. We have nothing more to say.
Here.
the defense.
Connor's
rests.
doing the mic drop equivalent
Stop being
of
stupid.
closing his laptop
Oh,
cover
man.
And
or his
remember.
iPad cover.
And remember, snow don't melt.
Snow don't melt.
Snow don't
No,
melt T-shirts.
What did they think like the government would gain from doing? Like, what does Bill Gates gain from creating fake snow?
Right. This is actually the problem I have often with conspiracy theories that involve Bill Gates is they often like to blame capitalism.
Mm-hmm.
And what does Bill Gates gain by
Creating this fake snow.
creating this fake snow? Yeah.
Disenfranchising a lot of people for a short amount
Like,
of
how
time.
does he
but
make
like, what
money?
does that
Look,
do? How
He gets
does
to
that
prove to
gain
you that
them
global
anything?
warming is real by making it snow in
Well,
Texas.
why?
It's
Why
really
would he do
simple,
that?
okay?
Because he's evil.
It's really simple.
He
He
a chip in
creates
my
all this
grandma.
fake snow, and then they have an excuse to shut the power down to all these millions of people and divert it to Bill Gates' supercomputer.
For the one day he needs to shoot a ray into
Yeah,
space.
Yeah,
yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah, dude.
All right, I'm in.
Uh-huh.
Not only
Snow don't melt.
Yep.
I'm in.
Snow don't
And that's all we
melt.
got.
I'm in.
Shit. This episode's not called Fake Snow anymore.
it's
Nope.
called Snow Don't
This
Now
is
Melt.
it's
called
called
Snow
Snow
Don't
Don't
Melt.
Melt. Yes.
So I'll have the time to change that from when we
Yes.
recorded this to call it Snow,
Snow
Don't
Don't
Melt. That's a
Melt.
much better
That is a
title.
better name. I
Better
love it.
title, better shirt, hats
Much
even.
better shirt.
What's the acronym there? Snow Don't Melt?
SDM?
Oh, it's not like MAGA.
That's like,
It should be SMD.
yeah.
Snow Melto with a question
Snow
mark.
Melto. That's what we should be. Snow Melto?
That's like a little
God.
Dicky.
But does Snow Melto?
You hold a lighter, but smell. I can't even say it.
You can't even say it.
Snow Melto.
That was good, Connor.
That was good,
I like
Connor.
that
I
one.
like that
I like
one
it.
a lot.
That was good.
There was a higher level of science, I feel like, going
Yeah.
on there.
Yeah, we broke down
Because it
which
was
I
a
think-
real thing. Like, I guess with
Yeah.
like Don Marshall.
I think we-
the
Yeah, I
real
think
science
nothing
to really
real.
bring
I
into
do
it.
think we need to break down after receiving all these mean comments from all these Don
It
Marshall
won't
people.
stop the mean.
I know, but I do think we need to break down why they're misinformed.
we don't have time or
We're not for Donald Marshall.
the
stuff,
fucking like
no.
deprogramming skills.
Yeah, are we going to start with
do
like
this.
first grade science classes and
Yep.
then work our way up from there?
This is why lizard people aren't a thing.
But you know what?
It's the lizard.
I
people.
appreciate Connor breaking it down on, the
Realistically,
science of
they
snow.
shouldn't be our job. They should know that.
They should know that snow don't melt.
Yeah.
Snow don't melt.
Snow don't melt.
Which they know. They do.
Now they know. All right. Well,
I think that concludes the podcast, right, guys?
That's all
Yeah.
she
That was a fun
Lit.
episode.
Thanks,
I think
guys.
I had fun, even though we spilled beer on the mixer. I
All
almost
this
peed
we.
my pants.
Yeah.
Dan is
We almost peed our pants.
Dan is socializing the beer spilling while,
Yep.
while
Chris
Chris
knocked my
privatizing
beer
the,
over while I was trying to push this
Nope.
button over here.
Dan spilt beer
No, you're
into
right. I
his
spilled
mixer.
beer onto my
There was
mixer.
no
It
we.
seems to be working fine still,
Uh-huh.
right? It seemed to very minimally affected thanks to Chris's quick action.
Yeah.
But anyway, guys, thank you so much for listening to the PearCast episode 17. If you liked what you heard, well, follow, like, whatever you do on whatever you're listening to on. Do it so you get notified of the newest episodes. I'm Dan Eggers, known as DanPearBig on the internet. You can find me on twitch.tv/DanPearBig. On Twitter, same name. Also, my website, danpearbig.com, where a bunch of merch for the podcast is on there, actually. The podcast episodes are listed on there as well. And there's my newest YouTube videos outside of the PearCast. But if you guys are listening and you don't know about watching the PearCast, well, it's also on YouTube. If you don't want to watch the full episodes, you can just watch highlights, youtube.com/DanPearBig. Chris Brimmer, what you got for
That's
me?
me. I'm Chris Brimmer. This is my studio. We'll do more stuff from here. Check out
Brimco.
PROCASTDEBATERS.com and tell me how bad it is. We're in the beta phase. I want everybody to go there. Tell me how bad it is, and then I'm gonna do like what Disney does, and I'm gonna put out like I'm gonna float something that's terrible.
Like a spoiler?
No, like just like a thing, and then wait for everybody to tell me what I should do. So
This
it's
is like a thing.
I'm gonna do a Black Widow show, and then I'm gonna wait for 1 million nerds to like write in comment sections an entire plot that they want to see, and then take
you're
the
gonna
best
do it.
one. Yeah. So
Smart.
everybody's got to go to PROCASTDEBATERS.com, and then since I don't have any other things set up, you got to comment on Dan's stuff and tell me how I
You
can
can comment
improve it.
on YouTube
What do you
or
wanna see?
SoundCloud.
Or you can email to I don't know what my email is. I
Nobody's
set
gonna
up
fucking email you.
Email me your ideas.
Guys.
Email me your ideas.
Email
No, we're not gonna do that. But if you guys do like this podcast, then
Yeah.
you'll probably like the PROCASTDEBATERS because 3 out of the 4 people here are on the PROCASTDEBATERS.
and it'll be probably the same lineup the next time we do it.
But it'll be a probably much different subject. So.
It will be. It'll be about testicular cancer.
Oh
No.
shit, that's a big
No?
shift.
It's for heavy debate topics, right?
Not necessarily.
Andrew Jackson was a tyrant.
We're finding ourselves, guys, and that's
I'm
what we
telling
need.
you.
That's what we need at PROCASTDEBATERS.com is for you to help us find ourselves. Paige, it's your turn now.
Oh my gosh. Hi, I'm Paige. I don't have anything. I'm not quite Heroes on Stuff. HEROES. I don't
Does
know how
nothing
Twitter
with it.
works.
But both
So
of
find
these
me on
two,
other things. Thanks.
both of these two didn't want to mention, but Chris Brimmer joins me on Thursday nights on Twitch.
Yes.
To play
and
retro
I
games,
join
and
on
Paige joins me on Saturdays to
Saturday.
play whatever she wants.
Right now I'm playing Alice Madness Returns. It's a lot of fun. Come
Nice.
hang out.
I'm Connor. The pots? The pots?
I like the pots. Let's stick with that.
Lord Outer Games on Twitter. You can catch me on Mondays when I play with Dan on video games. Play more board games also. That's it.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening tonight. Peace out. We'll see you next month.
Adios.
Bye-bye.
Adios.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
We love you, Internet.